And I don't want to alarm you guys, but I just got a notification from Ring for, you know, the alarm, like Ring neighbors. I don't know what this is. It's a thing where you can see what's happening in your community. And somebody said, neighborhood alert, somebody just spray painted my dog's face. And their dog's face was spray painted green. What kind of savages? Y'all worried about shootings. That's the kind of bull crap that can kill an animal. That's weird, dude. What's going on, everybody? We're on Tropicana Avenue. And today, at the start of this stream, we're gonna go off the strip. We're gonna go like over to Stabbyville, like that. We're gonna go over across Interstate 15 to near the Wild Wild West. And that's where you'll see all sorts of interesting stuff. Now, I got a little bit of light left, and then after that, we're gonna come back to here. Back to life, back to reality, but this isn't really reality. What's up, Paul? What's up, Mike? What's up, Steven? What's up, Matthew? What's up, Brianna? What is up, everybody? Steven not leaving Las Vegas. I'm glad you guys are here with me. And what's up, Steven? Love you guys. You guys are great. I appreciate you for being here. Roger Cole's here. Matthew Rios is here. I hope you're feeling okay, Matthew. Sally Scipio is here. Whoa. What's wrong with me today? I don't know. Tacos al gordo or tacos al pastor? One's busier than the other. It doesn't always make it better. Why don't you try each and report back to us? West Philadelphia. In West Philadelphia, born and raised. The playground is where I spent most of my days. Chilling out, maxing. Kicking out something. What is it? Keeping it cool, just shooting up some b-ball outside of the school with a couple of guys. They were up to no good. Started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got one little fight and my mom got scared. She said, "You're gonna go live with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air." I whistled for a cab, and when it came near, the license plate said fresh and it had a dice in the mirror. If anything, I could say that this cab was rare, but I thought, nah, forget it. Yo, home's to Bel Air. I pulled up to the house about 7 or 8, and I said to the driver, "You're home, smell you later." I looked at my kingdom, I was already there. Settle my throne in the Prince of Bel Air. What are you doing with an Ohio shirt? I bought this at a thrift store. It's my thrift store. They fit really well, even if you're out of shape like I am right now. The Canes are losing at home. So much for a perfect postseason at home. Pete E, thank you so much. If you guys want to support us and really help us out, I appreciate the super chats. Those are always good in about a month when YouTube takes 30%. If you guys want to support right here on the screen right now, it goes straight to a donations page powered by PayPal. You don't need an account, and you can donate there. If you guys feel the need to drop us a super chat, that would be great. Thank you guys so much. And yeah, let's get going because we have 112 people watching, and I like to stay until we have 100 watching. Off of the main strip, past the hotels. Hi, Steven, in your opinion, what's the best casino hotel to stay at for multiple nights? Not picky, Fremont or the Strip. I would stay at a timeshare where you don't have to own timeshare. So the Alara, Marriott Grand Chateau is also very good. And those are both right on the Strip. I don't think there's any timeshares on the Strip. There is also the Hilton Grand Vacation at Flamingo and Hilton Grand Vacation at the north end of the Strip by Circus Circus. So anyways, if you guys want to donate, that's the link there. Super chat, which would help us out because we're rebuilding after. Share this with somebody, and don't worry about it. We got you. We get that one sometime in almost June. Okay, let's get going. Thank you, Steven. Much appreciated. You're welcome, Dusty. I mean, because that's the thing about it. If you book those rooms, you can get like kitchens in the rooms, full-on kitchens and jacuzzi tubs, and depending on how many people you have coming, you can get like lockout rooms with bedrooms in them. We're gonna have a full kitchen, like a dining room sometimes. So let's get going. Hey, oh, let's go. So, by the way, I just want y'all to know, everybody who is talking, by the way, I need to share this with somebody so he knows that I'm live. Everybody who was talking a bunch of smack about the band last night, so you guys know, And he was saying he was reading your comments. What's up, man? How you doing? From Lynn. You look too nice. You got too many teeth.
Whoa, you said Lynn?
Yeah, what's the city?
No,
Sid?
Western Mass.
I know. I said you don't look like you're from there. You got too many teeth for that.
Whoa.
I heard it's the city.
Well, actually, we checked out a place in Revere. We're moving to Brighton.
Okay.
In September, and we checked out a place in Revere. We were being followed by a couple creatures.
Oh, geez, Louise. Nothing you said makes sense. I just know Lynn, Massachusetts, and the little jingle about it. You guys are great. Have a good one, guys.
Lynn is the same thing.
Oh, shucks. Have a good one, guys.
What's your YouTube?
It's called Not Leaving Las Vegas.
Oh.
Yeah, you're live right now if you want to check it out.
Oh, hell yeah.
Thank you so much, RC. I appreciate you. So some people are saying that they're lagging. You shouldn't be. I have a decent connection. So RC just donated to PayPal. Thank you so much, RC. Lived in Revere. Live in Brea. Wait, you're talking about California? Like La Brea, like the tar pits? Are there still tar pits in La Brea? I don't even know. We drove past La Brea. It's like downtown LA. I thought it was like some middle of nowhere thing. And that's where all the dinosaurs and the tar pits are, you know? Okay, snobs from Mass. No, why would you say that, Jesse? The guy's watching the stream right now. So that's what's funny about this. So after I cut the stream last night, I watched that band a little bit more. And then I actually filmed some of it with my cinematic mode just to try that out because I never use it. Excuse me. And remember, it's terrible. She's just starting out on her streaming journey. And then I talked to the lead singer. So here's the deal. You're going to love this. Was anybody watching last night with the band? I kept streaming them because they were playing like what I thought was good music, like Stone Temple Pilots and Foo Fighters. Say yes if you're in the chat and you remember that band from last night. Done off your must try. Not Starship, because nobody can name more than one Starship song. Clay Hall, thank you so much. East Coast Craps, Atlantic City, baby. Yeah. So I'm sure some of you remember that. But anyways, so
Hey,
there you go. How you doing, man? How you guys doing? Hey, yo. There you go. Hey. How you guys doing? Everyone won't be on the camera. That's cool. Good. So they were in a show called Tenors of Rock. He was the lead singer in Tenors of Rock. So while you're all saying, this guy is no good, dude had a show at Harris for years. Yeah, they were Tenors of Rock at the Harris. They toured the world as Tenors of Rock. It's interesting. We're going to interview him for the channel. Yeah, it was something chaos, and for some reason, general chaos, organized chaos, something chaos. It's terrible that I don't remember it off the top of my head. But super nice guy. He's actually Welsh. He's from Cardiff. Fremont band. I like the image. He's actually texting me right now. It's pretty funny. So I thought it was hilarious. Where y'all might in the past have spent $80 on a show ticket, but then on Fremont Street, you guys had a way different opinion. Punky Power, thank you so much. Moving from Canada to Vegas this summer. Any tips? Don't move in the summer. I mean, I can't stop you, but you're gonna be hot if you're moving from Canada in the summer. It's better to move here in the winter or the spring, because then you're like, you know how it is, right? Like, let's say you're gonna get into the pool and you gotta take the shower. Now you're cold. Now the shower's hot. Whatever, you get into the water. Oh my God, the water's cold. The water's not that cold. You're just hot. And then the inverse is true. But I don't know. Any tips moving to? Have you lived in the United States? Invest in security stuff for your house. Get a Ring alarm. It's $10 a month to have it fully monitored. Nevada's a state where monitoring companies, the police don't come to your house if your alarm goes off in Vegas, because there's too many alarms that go off here. So I'm not trying to scare you away from coming here. Just get an alarm system, Ring alarm. It's like $200 or $300 for the kit. You get a camera, a couple of sensors. It's pretty cool. But then out in Vegas, in Nevada, Clark County, a security company will come to your house if the alarm goes off. And they'll try to contact you, and then the police will be involved. I would say that, probably. Moving from Philadelphia. Cool. It's 4-0 Rangers right now. Spoiler alert, I just ruined hockey for you. Anywho, what are we doing here? We're gonna go over here. We're going this way. See, this is what I don't get. They put Brandon Summers, the violinist, and my friend William in handcuffs. Oh, I know what, they can do this. This is religious. This is religious right now. So they can do this.
And I'm gonna see a victory. Yes, I'm gonna see a victory. For the battle belongs to you.
So they're doing a Christian thing, so they're allowed to do that. Hello from Belleville, Ontario, Toronto's doo-wop music guy. Cool. What radio station are you on? Sounds like you're Let's go to Zoom Museum camera. San Antonio. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing great, buddy. Thanks, buddy. Okay, guy. So, if you meet a British person or a person from the UK, if you want to charm them, say, hey, that's cool, you're from the UK. I'll be sure to spell color with a U and say Z at the end of the alphabet. They will love you to death because they spell color with a U and they say Z at the end of the alphabet. By the way, Z is the best way to say it because you don't have to say Z as in zebra. You can just say, how does it spelled? Z. Z. Well, nothing's really spelled with the word Z except for zebra. So if you're going to spell the word zebra, you just say, how does it spelled? Z as in zebra. E as in, well, whatever. Buffets are my religion. Are you? So Timothy, what you're telling me is that during COVID you were losing your religion? That's Tim in the corner. That's Tim in the spotlight, losing his religion, trying to eat some prime rib, but I don't know if he can do it. Oh no, they've closed them down. They'll never open up. Oh, I'm terrible. Look at me. I'm the next Weird Al Yankovic. Did Verna do something and I missed it? I'm sorry, I love Verna, she's awesome. Hi Steven, hi Verna, how you doing? It's a great song, by the way. The front porch of New York is relaxing. I know, but we're not going there. We're going on the other side. We'll take you to the other side as the Red Hot Chili Peppers once did. Okay, let's get going. Nice. Hi, Stephen P. I met Steve Spencer today, and I met Anthony Clarkson yesterday, or 2 days ago, or whenever. I met some people this trip. It was cool. How's Caroline doing, Xavier Pena? I don't know. She might be watching this. No, honestly, she's trying to open up an account at a bank right now in the Philippines, and it's not going well because everything over there is harder to do than you would think. Here, you can just open them up online with the click of a mouse. There, it's redunculous, but she'll make it through. She's done that stuff before. My wife is like badass, registered. She has to carry a license. Jersey T, thank you so much. Terry Gardner's watching me from Vancouver, Washington. Yes, there you go. Oh, son of a gun, I'm stupid. Okay, we gotta go to the other side, I forgot. So I went the wrong way. We have to go to the other side. The tourists shouldn't go, but you're from Canada. I'm vlogging, yeah. You wanna be on the vlog?
Hello.
Hi, what's up?
I'm from Chicago. My name is DJ. I'm a ghostwriter, author, director. You will be seeing me in your new horror films and a lot of different stuff. Look at the
Nice.
credits.
All right, cool. He's from Chicago and he's an author and a writer. I'm from Canada, but I've lived in Las Vegas since 2004. Woo. I didn't know what BBS. Steve D says BBS. I'm like bulletin board system. I'm so old. Anyway. Hey man, look, everybody's got dreams and hopes and wishes and all this. I guess there's some big YouTuber here, Mr. Wu or something, I don't know. My buddy's like, hey, you should go and hang out with him. I'm like, dude, he's got 1,000 subscribers almost. I'm not gonna show up and bomb his stream. That's like the worst thing to do. I know it's gonna be back soon, but I'm so old, I thought I meant bulletin board system. BBSs used to be how you got onto the internet, kids. There was no internet. They're just bulletin board services. There's no danger board. Oh wait, danger board. There's no wind. We're okay. I'm okay, you're okay, everybody's okay. I remember 1980, gosh, maybe 88, 89. A friend of mine, well, it wasn't a friend of mine, it's a friend of my father's. Super genius guy. And he was showing me a bulletin board system. He dialed into like the University of Toronto or something, and it's like, yeah, over here you can get the news if you want to read the news from the university, and over here you can even download games. And then he had this DOS game. It was like a rudimentary version of the game Worms. It was where you had like a city and there was gorillas. They were throwing bananas at each other. I moved from Laughlin, Nevada. So glad I moved away from the heat along the Colorado River. Now I'm cool up in Bend, Oregon. Yeah, it's hot in Laughlin, dude. It's not nice. I like Laughlin. I'm gonna go there when I can. Hopefully my old car makes the trip. I'm gonna go to Laughlin. If anybody knows the cheapest hotel down there, I might stay a night. I might not. I don't know. If I leave in the morning, it's not far. It's like an hour and a half to drive it. Should be okay. Old car, don't fail me now. Is it Telnet? Is that what it is? No, it's not Telnet, because Telnet was different. You can access Telnet. I think you can access Telnet right now off of the internet. No, these were like, maybe it was Telnet, Timothy. I was 7 or 8, but I just remember it was, you know, like a 14.4 baud modem, and you dial up, beep, 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 and you hear the hissing and the handshake, and yeah, it was kind of nuts. Is there a new bridge in Laughlin? Really? New bridge in Laughlin. I thought you were talking about the London Bridge, which is in Bullhead City, which is not the same as the Tower Bridge, which most Americans conflate as the same thing. Stay at the Abbey. Timothy is my new tech department. Thank you. No, it wasn't a 2800 back then, Roger. It was a long time before that. 2800 bots came out maybe in the early 90s, and then we had 56K. Yeah, anyways, we're walking this way, which is off the main strip. So we'll be back on the main strip after we do this little trek down here. We're gonna check out the area with the In-N-Out Burger. There's a couple of the Suites hotels I've told you about that can be dicey, but I'm sure their ownership tries not to. See, here's the thing. I put my foot in my mouth. I'm gonna get sued someday. I don't want to be sued. The ownership has a lot of pride to keep the crime away, but the crime comes. And we're close to the strip, and we see the Wild Wild West, which is a truck stop. My old man keeps texting me on Signal. Doesn't realize that I am streaming. And I am. It's under construction. Okay. How many bridges do you need to Bullhead City? It's not that big. There's like a Walmart at Bullhead, and that's really it. Well, maybe that's changed now. See, because when you're in, I think you can go to Arizona and isn't there like no state tax on goods and stuff? Am I gonna walk to the Orleans? Oh, heck to the no. That is too far away. I'm not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Let's put on streaming mode for now. For 1 hour. I don't want to get all those notifications. And a Safeway. There's no green dot. Although there probably is. I believe that most towns have a secret underground sex club. So the London Bridge exists in Bullhead City because the London Bridge was falling down in England, from what I read. It was in disrepair. And the British government wanted to do something with it to generate revenue. So they had a couple of proposals, and an American investor who was building up Bullhead City as a little port. Not Bullhead, sorry, yeah, Bullhead, yeah. They were building up Lake Havasu as a port, as a little place for, you know, rich people to put their boats on the Colorado River. He had the best proposal, and so they took the bridge apart bit by bit, and then they shipped it over to Lake Havasu City, where now you have the Girls Gone Wild happening every spring break, or something. They thought they were buying the Tower Bridge. Yeah, well, if you believe that, I got a bridge in Brooklyn for sale, you stupid idiot. It's pretty funny. Oatman, Arizona is where the donkeys are. I know. That's where Gordon Ramsay goes. He gets really angry. He says, "You donkey!" And then the burros just look at him. They call them burros in this part of the world, for what it's worth. Anyways, there's the strip. We're walking away from it. Man, Luxor has great free parking. Almost all of it's on the first level. You do have to walk over this walkway, but it's easy to get into. All right, back to the action so I can see people. Have us here. Thank you so much. Blue Jays, probably. Just kidding, Matthew. I know they're playing with Carolina. Is Carolina still doing that stupid thing if they win where they get in a circle, beat their sticks? I guess that's good. There's no one on this side. Well, too. You're gonna see a lot more businesses. I had two options. I was gonna probably walk on the other side of Dean Martin, but time kept on slipping into the future, and I just couldn't get there. You can adopt a donkey and ride them. No, because they're always smart asses. And I had to learn my lesson with Shrek. No sir, no sir, no sir. Anybody else having freezing, lagging, horrible streams? Say yes or no. How's your stream quality right now? Say yes or no. We're walking off the main drag. Yeah, I know. I drop the pop culture references quite often here. So now's the time where I can say to the viewer, you should probably pay your internet bill, bro. Because they always say that to us. Like it's like we're somehow deficient. Said that Mint Mobile runs on the same network. That's not it at all. It's up and down. Like I can't help it. Pay $105 to T-Mobile for one line of service, and I pay $150 to Verizon for 2 lines of service, and I'm gonna have to pay my Verizon down to 0. And then move my numbers to T-Mobile, because, you know, T-Mobile's where it's at so far. So in the distance here, we got the park MGM, which obviously is molded to look like the Red Rock Canyon Mountains. So this is a rare occurrence. Let me just point this out here. Typically, buildings in a lot of cities, the city council will approve a building's design, especially in Canadian cities. They want it to match kind of the area. Well, that's not the case in Vegas. They just approve anything, obviously, in New York, Excalibur. But this building does match it. So you can see the graduated kind of design of it. And then over here we got the Panorama Towers, and then there's the Martin, and then in the background here you can see the Palms. See how big the Palms is, because that's Palms Place, and those are the Palms Hotel Towers. AEW. What is AEW? American Eagle Waterbeds. I don't know. I like the T-Mobile Arena, but it's not for everybody. Keon doesn't like it. Trolls look under the bridge, live under the bridge, right? Thank you guys so much. So we're walking west right now. We can see that beautiful Nevada sunset in the distance. And this is where there's some homeless people living down here. They live in those little encampments. I like Neapolitan shakes for right now, but I've gained 12 pounds back since I stopped the gym, got sick for almost 2 months straight, and just ate based on my emotions of Caroline leaving and stress. So I'm back to fasting. I haven't eaten since 2 in the morning last night. So I had some food. How hot is it? It's so hot that squirrels burst into flames. We don't have squirrels. I lied. It's 81. It's nice. There's no wind. Interstate 15 over here, obviously, as you guys can see. And then this intersection here is very old intersection. And it's dates back to the early 60s. There's renderings for improving it. It's so hot, my uncle's barbecuing on a rock in front of his trailer. Whittier, California's here. How you doing, buddy? So now we got a commercial district, you know? So it's actually not that bad over here, but you shouldn't come this way at night especially. So when I found a bug in my takeout a few months ago and I've lost 12 pounds cooking at home. I found a bug, a frozen worm in a lean cuisine meal once that I bought at a Walmart. I contacted the company, I sent them the photos. They sent me some coupons which were expired and we called it a day. I'm not joking, that's how that went down. And I haven't eaten frozen meals since. It was like a pretty long, it wasn't like a centipede or a millipede, but it was like a grub. It looked pretty gross. $1,000 donation. I might actually do it if it was like 2,000. See, the thing is, if you guys don't want ads on videos, if I had $6,000 a month coming into Patreon, I wouldn't do any ads. But as it stands, like, that's my goal, to make that a month on YouTube. I'm nowhere near it. I don't make that much at all, period. But that would be my goal if I could get that on Patreon. I would likely take off all the ads off of my videos, so my regular videos wouldn't have any advertising on them. So Verna bought her first barbecue. What kind did you buy? Charcoal? You had propane and propane accessories. What'd you buy? Natural gas? Did you buy a hibachi? Those were so big back in the day. So when they were building up they're building up before they built Allegiant. So this used to be an IHOP. There used to be an IHOP here for a long time. And then the IHOP changed roofs. And I don't know if you guys remember a company called Golden Palace. They used to sponsor a bunch of boxing events and things of the sort back in the day. So there was the IHOP, you know, with its iconic peaked roof. It all of a sudden had a yellow roof. And then they tore it down. And then they built this. These are nice. I mean, like, so when I say, like, there's not nice weeklies, this is actually a business class hotel by Marriott, so these are nice. So you make more on Patreon than ads? Not even close. But if the Patreon took care of everything, I would demonetize my regular videos uploads. So my videos wouldn't play any ads for you guys. I wouldn't have a problem doing that. A lot of people will do that. Like, they'll set a goal on Patreon, they'll say this much a month and I get rid of ads on my videos, and it works. So we have Wild Wild West over here. And Smith movie. It's a Best Western, Days In. Oh, it's not a Best Western, it's a Days In by. So this is we got a sports book in here. There's truckers that are here. So yes, you're gonna have some lot lizards and things like that sort of near here. We're not gonna judge those ladies for trying to make a buck. And then we have an In-N-Out burger over here, which I did a stream from a long time ago. And what about the mole people? I don't know that there's any tunnels around here. So if you take this road down here, this will go straight to Allegiant, actually. Honestly, let's walk down here on the way back, and then we'll loop back to the Delano and the Marriott, okay? If you got sponsored by restaurants, you could walk to your dinner. That's true. So we're gonna walk that way after, but let's go up a little bit further and show you some of the stuff that you'll see out here. It's not a super nice area, at nighttime especially, but most areas in most cities right by an interstate on-ramp are not really the best. Is the Days In $35. If you book online, you can get rooms for $35. And honestly, I'm gonna give them credit because a long time ago, in a past life, hey, what's up? How you doing? Hi. in a past life, when Caroline and I were not on stuff, we had to stay here for one night when we came into town. And the rooms are really nice in there. They're really clean, well kept. Nothing wrong with them at all, period. But the thing is, the truck stop there. That's why you'll see a bunch of professional girls out here doing their thing. So yeah, gas is $5 and how much is it? $5.49. It's not Donnie's discount gas. If it was Donnie's discount gas, it'd be $5.49 and 8 cents. No, they're not. They're probably not fans. They're probably just folks that see a guy with a camera and want to be on the camera. So some of these newest way of advertising in Vegas is murals. It's actually a pretty nice looking Red Bull mural right here. You're coming up here. This just gets kind of like, why would you come here? Well, you have Jack in the Box. Somebody said they walked here to Jack in the Box because there wasn't one on the East Coast. What's up, Ricardo Diaz? Or Ronaldo? Why did I say Ricardo? I read it too quickly. So if you're just joining us, we're right now west of the Strip in an area that I wouldn't recommend you come out here at night. Ms. Corey B eats at Denny's, it's cheaper. So is this Stabbyville? Yeah, let's go, buddy. Why is the guy assaulting me? Why does he sound like a 1930s vaudeville era movie star? Come on, say, we're gonna stab you, buddy. You better give up the dough, you know. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It's so weird that I did it that way. Anyways, Wild Wild West across the way. They have a sports book. It's run by Station Sports STN. That is Station Casino. Because and also problems. But I'm gonna make one on the green. Breakfast. No, served until 10:30 a.m. So these have all recently renovated, these places. Terribles, if you walk around with me long enough, you're gonna notice a lot of Terribles hotels, Terribles gas stations. Keon Green is not far from it, but that was because there was a surplus of oil and it cost more. That destroyed the economy. Anyways, let's get out of here. We're not going to walk to the porn store. Let's run across the street. Wayne, let's run away. Take me down to the paradise city where the grass is green and the girls are pretty. I won't try to do the high parts. The gas price there is terrible. I see what you did. So I'm gonna walk back. And I'm gonna take that little side street, Dean Martin. We stop in Searchlight, Harry Reid's hometown, at the Terribles. It has McDonald's and a Chevron. They all have Chevrons for sure. Steven, are you going to meet up with Travel Ruby? I never was asked. Here's the deal. I don't just drop in on streamers. Unless you're asked, I just don't do it. Especially streamers I've never met before. Not something I do. If somebody wants to drop in on me, I'm so happy and honored that they want to drop in on me. That's cool as hell. But I don't drop in on. And I think that channel is magnitudes larger than mine. So, here's the setup. Then people say, what a dick. He just wanted to do that to get viewers. Boo! But it totally doesn't translate. I'm losing my mind, by the way, as you can tell. Days Inn charges a $20 resort fee. For what? For what do they charge a fee for? But I really like the messaging from Vegas with Love. It sounds like a James Bond movie, doesn't it? It really does. Nah, dude, they don't want to meet me. Like, if they did, they would be like, hey, let's meet not leaving Las Vegas. There's lots of ways to get a hold of me. But people don't because I'm very different. First of all, I'm older than all of them. Second of all, I say things that are on my mind. I give opinions, and they don't want to be associated with me. Wang Chong the Wild. I thought you meant wank like everybody Wang Chung tonight. Cheap drinks, good food. Reminds me of Dairy Queen back in the day. Hot eats, cool treats. We treat you right. All right, so here's the options, okay? Allegiant or this way. But the thing is, if we go this way, we have to go all the way to the Cosmo, because the next street over is actually Harmon and there's an overpass. I'm really torn as to which way I should go. I think this is faster to get back to the strip. Not really sure. What's up, VD? Victor Delgadillo, my OG. Thank you so much for watching, Victor. Yeah, we're gonna go this way because there's some cool stuff down here to look at while it's light. I promise people the grosser part of Vegas, baby. Brittany's here in Vegas, cool. Let's do it. This way is safer. That way is safer. This way is more interesting. It smells like garbage where I am right now, just so you know. Like really bad. And if you've never lived in a place where it gets hot and garbage swelters, you don't know. And you don't know, and that's okay. So what streamers do you like and or admire? It says basic to bougie restaurant reviews. What streamers do I like and or admire? I like that Super Friends NYC fella. He's good. Jason Rupp always has interesting streams. He's always cool. And I don't know if he's a streamer, but I like watching the Venice, German in Venice guy, Callie. He's fun. So there you go. Mark is here. How you doing, Mark? So there you go. Screw the Safeway. So you see what I just did? You asked me a polarizing question about Vegas streamers, and I gave you non-Vegas streamers. How is that for some politicking? That's some good politicking. Ah, man. Okay, so we're gonna walk this way. We got helicopter tours by Papillon, or that might be Grand Canyon helicopters. German in Vegas. He's good, man. Ooh, KB did $5 to the PayPal. Hey, if you're thinking about donating a super chat, I want you to consider heavily this link right here instead of super chatting, because it doesn't take 30% out of us, nor take nearly a month to get to us, and it helps us out right now. And if I see it, I'll say your initials, and if I don't, I'll email you back personally to whatever email address you put. You don't have to have a PayPal account to do that. You can use a debit or a credit card and never have an account in your whole life. So thank you. That was Kyle. Yeah, KB. I didn't want to say your name, but I'll say your initials if I see them on screen. Thank you so much for the support. If you can't, I dig it. Just go ahead, share this video, like this video, watch this video, share it with your friends. Where's my car? Oh man, it's parked safely somewhere in the red zone. Linda Perriman's here. How you doing, Linda? Got a lot of OGs tonight, baby. YouTube must be notifying me people that I'm actually streaming these days, because I didn't do it for a while, because Caroline is in the Philippines and I was doing all sorts of things to support her journey, you know. Would you do a helicopter flight up and down the strip? I got no problems with that. Yeah, for sure, but I'm not doing one. But I would do one, sure. I had a friend from Canada that was supposed to come here and do one, and then his trip got canceled at the last minute. But we're gonna appear on camera together and everything. It was gonna be cool. There's a Legion in the background, so that's cool. And then we got some, if you need an abogados, you can call Eric Palacios. Call Lyft tonight or call me in the morning. Oh, that's a nice message. Yeah, see, he's a nice guy lawyer. What's up, Rich L? How you doing, buddy? Rich L, I need a macro lens when I get my hands on some disposable money for a micro four thirds. I'm thinking Laowa is the only option I have. I should send you some of my photos I've been doing. You might be proud of them. And not as good as your macros, Rich. All right, so see you guys now. Just so you guys know. Shh. Be quiet. Shut up. Don't chat too loud. See that? So, yeah. So we got that there. That's where those dudes live. Ken, she'll be back in a year's time. Oh, VF, by the way, thank you so much for the PayPal. Appreciate you very, very much. These are not real saguaros. They look real, but they're not real. So they're made out of metal. You can bang on them. Hear that? Metal. There's a lot of neat little art like this. Are you watching all the cats? Oh no. You know, importing animals to the Philippines is difficult. So I got the little Ming, we call them Ming Mings. I don't know why we do. I owe the black one, some of those Choo-Choos or Chulus or whatever they are. Oh God, he goes crazy for it. My wife makes me sing the song from the commercial. Depressing landscape. That's beautiful. We're walking down here where you can stay at the Motel 6 for $6 a night. Do you guys, is lawyers on billboards not a thing in most parts of the world? Here's another one, look. Shook and Stone. Car crash lawyers. Come on, it's gotta be. Churros, thank you, little kid. I gotta sing the song. Blackjack. Gosh, Princess doesn't need him, but Blackjack sure does. And I couldn't find him, so I bought the Friskies one and he still likes it. Steven, can you stream the underground? No, Ryan. They have their dignity. I'm not gonna do that. Although I'm sure I get a lot of views, you know, because there's a documentary on the internet, on the YouTubes, about that. What the hell is this? This is somebody's, so he fashioned this to carry his gear. It looks like it hooks onto a bike or something, but there's no bike. Oh, it's getting weird out here, folks. But hey, we can always stay at the Motel 6. Hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. Say what? So there's a lot, I mean, so if you guys are reacting to the lawyer billboards, that's all there is in this town. Lawyers and casinos on billboards, dude. Everywhere. Ruben Garcia, we have like Sweet James out here. He has branches in Vegas. Sweet James is one I saw that shares both. There's a couple of other companies I know. Hey SJC, am I feeling okay? I'm okay. Hope you guys are okay. Doing your thing. So there's a couple of real eclectic businesses down here. But the thing about this street that nobody will tell you is that, so before the recession, you know, they had these plans. Say, well, how can we build more stuff? There's so much you can build. And so this is, as far as I know, this is zoned for H1, H2 I think it is, which is a zoning classification for hotels and casinos. So at some point the idea was, oh, we'll just build more hotels, casinos parallel to the strip. And then we have walkways, like this is Hacienda up above us. I believe that is Hacienda, better be. But then you got some of these businesses over here like Hollywood car museums and, you know, things that you're not really thinking you're gonna see. Yeah, they're here, just come over and take a look. Is it legal to smoke weed on the... No. Don't you're not supposed to. Everybody does it. But the rules on cannabis are pretty simple. Private residences only. That doesn't mean your hotel. That's not a residence that you rented for a few nights or a night. So you're not supposed to smoke it outside. People do. And then the next thing the chat's going to tell you is just to go ahead and use a vaporizer and so on and so forth. We've already been here. So there's we've already done this dance. So a Hollywood car museum. Of course, this stuff isn't open, but hot rod. Interesting, huh? Look at that. There's a magic shop. So, you know, like, what the hell's off the strip? All sorts of weird stuff, right? Car museums and things like this. My mom's prescription is for private residential only, but she takes her med. What are they? So I've seen on Reddit, somebody was like, I got a ticket for smoking marijuana. What do I do? And the big thing was like, how did you get a ticket? Like, they don't really write tickets for that. So I'm gonna say, I'm not a cop. I'm not a lawyer. Don't be an a-hole when you are in Vegas, okay? You probably won't get busted for anything. Metro's not out there looking for people smoking weed. They're looking for people starting fights and doing bad stuff, stealing from tourists, you know? So probably nothing's gonna happen to you, but it's not the law. You shouldn't do it by the book, all right? If you do get a DUI or a criminal charge, then you're gonna wanna consult an attorney. And the attorney in most cases will go to court for you, so you don't have to come back to Nevada to do it. Happy Memorial Day. Thank you to the serve, and God bless the service people who made the ultimate sacrifice. MG says best live stream ever. That is a dubious claim at best. There's a shooting center here that is not glamorous. There is the range 702 in this general area too, though. That is a much more glamorous area. But if you need your diesel fixed, you'll go here. Here's the famous Galaxy Hotel. And so we have quaint and not so quaint. No, a good lawyer will not just plead you out. I know a lot of lawyers because I sold a lot of advertising to lawyers. A good lawyer will actually, I have a friend who had a case against him, and his lawyer got him off entirely. He went back to Arizona, this guy did, and it was a domestic violence case in a hotel. And they didn't want to press charges, but cops press charges. You know, it's not up to the do the thing on the DV. He had her phone on him. That's a no-no. You can't do that. It's personal property. So they pressed charges. The guy went back to Arizona, and the lawyer got him off with zero consequences. There was no plea. There was no plea. Nothing like that. So good lawyers can get you off. Yeah, this is the Hotel Galaxy. Actually doesn't look as bad from here as you might think. I don't think is it a bad place? I don't know. Maybe I'll stay here one night. Matthew Ross says never again. Well, a lot of the issue I would have is that a lot of these places, they won't allow locals to stay in their rooms because locals are the ones who would do stupid things. I'm just walking right past the reception. I don't think she saw me. Well, I'm on camera. But yeah, Hotel Galaxy, baby. Yeah. Hey, what hotels have balconies? Well, you got the Hotel Galaxy. Lobby is closed. You know it's classy when the lobby is closed and they'll talk to you through the window on the side. Oh, look at this. So, I probably... you might not want to stay there. They require a face mask to enter. But hey, look, to their credit, it smells like roses out here. Anyhow, hey, listen, maybe it's nice inside. You don't know. Security. Do the rooms come with mirrors on the ceiling? I don't know. I don't think there is even hourly. I don't even think there's hourly hotels in Vegas. You know that? Yeah, I mean, like, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's hourly hotels in Vegas. Like, some of the places you can rent them for adult reasons, and I don't think so. What are you doing here? Look at this. This is the lot. Why are there so many pylons? Why am I panting? Because I have asthma and terrible cardiovascular. Sorry, I'll turn my noise gate up. There's no noise gate. You probably don't know what that is. That's okay too. How the reno started at Bally's. Bally's has some renovations. No, I'm thinking Harrah's. I don't think anything's done at Bally's. Right now it's high season, so I don't imagine they're going to get down to any kind of renovation business during high season. So I'm not sure. So Jimmy V says that the Tropicana has really, they have ceilings with mirrors on them. They have mirrored ceilings. Oh, I can't talk. Damn it! It's been a long day. They have mirrored ceilings. That's craziness. Scariest hotel I stayed in Las Vegas, next to El Cortez, behind the Fremont Street. We had 2 overdoses in one night. Called L. Well, there you go. So we're gonna walk to the Allegiant, the Stadium of Dreams. My wife ended up, I can't tell you that story because I'll tell you where she is, so forget it. I'll have to tell you on Patreon. I tell Patreon more than you guys. But if the mirror's on the ceiling, the drugs will fall over. Ha, Nick. You're funny. If you could permanently send one Vegas vlogger to... Why are you guys always trying to start, you know what, between Vegas vloggers? Why would you do that? You guys do it on other channels? You're like, do you hear what that dick at not leaving Las Vegas said about you? What an a-hole. You should fight. It's like, imagine half the time you guys are like marionettes, dance puppets, dance. I'm not falling for it. MG, you're probably gonna say you were joking. That's cool, you talk down other bloggers. I'm here to entertain you guys. Hopefully put on a decent little show. So, we remember. That's a nice billboard right there. Let's see if I can get that on camera. So it is Memorial Day. It is Memorial Day. It is the day that we remember those who have fallen in combat for us to complain about everything. Have our feelings. Which we still have here. Thankfully. Hanging on in a lot of cases by a thread, but we still have it. But, yeah, this is Allegiant. I was one of the one of my past clients when I sold advertising. She was the lady who owned the company that did all of the painting on all these. And one of the reasons, look at that, isn't that pretty? Look at how that shimmers in the desert. Isn't that nice? That's Allegiant. So inside of here, if you look, you can see this thing that kind of looks like a flower petal. That's the Al Davis Memorial Torch. Now, they said they imported the fire from Oakland, where they had a torch and they lit it up here. This is a giant balcony door. It's the world's largest, so they can open these doors. I've only seen them open one time, and there's weather stations on the building in various spots. They have to have a 4-hour heads up for the weather forecast before they can even operate the doors, because the doors move so slowly because they're massive panels of glass. And if you look at this building, you can actually see that the glass doesn't line up by nature. It's on purpose. Exactly. So it creates like a wind inside. And inside you can see like the Allegiant logo. Pretty cool. Yeah, I think it's a great looking building. I really do. Kind of has like a Panther look to it, you know, or some people call it the Death Star. Reminds me of a Tenacious D song called Wonder Boy. Making all sorts of meta references that nobody understands. And then if you come out here at any given moment, you'll see the faithful, the Raiders fans. And there's no events, like these people just come over here to see the stadium and take a look at it. Where's the field grass? So the field grass is on the other side of the stadium. As long as my bandwidth holds up, let's go and see if we can walk around this place. How long is the flight to the Philippines? There are no direct flights from Las Vegas to the Philippines. You can fly, you have to depart from Los Angeles. That's going to be your port of departure from the United States. And then from there, you can fly various routes. Japan, Singapore, most will go directly to Manila. But if you're on a budget, you can save a few $100 by taking a longer flight through Seoul, South Korea, one of those places, you know. So the flight to LA is about an hour and a half. And then the flight to the Philippines, 14 hours. And then she has another flight to another city where she has to go while she's there, which is about 2.5 hours. Total time you'll spend in an airplane or an airport is about 26 to 32 hours. Perfect storm is here. Can you get lumpia? Lots of places to get lumpia. By the way, my dream matchup is happening here in November when the Raiders play the 49ers. which is pretty cool. So I won't be at the game, but it would be an amazing game. The 49ers have great fans. The Raiders have great fans. This is the most stylish looking freaking bench in the world. I'm gonna sit down for a minute because I've been walking for 56 minutes. Art Bell spent years of his life in the Philippines. Yes, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna go there eventually. Yeah, you can get lumpia in lots of places in Vegas. We're gonna go to Maryland Parkway one of these days, which is an area a few miles to the east of the Strip. It runs parallel to Las Vegas Boulevard. There's a whole lot of Filipino places out there. I need to go to Jollibee and review it. There's a lot of stuff I gotta do. I got nothing but time. Hello, Steven, you sound better. Stay hydrated. Kampai, as they say. I'm gonna be drinking right now, water. Watt breeze here. Yeah, the bench is made out of plastic. Or, like, no, it's metal. Listen to that. It's metal. Is there any Filipino food on the Strip? The answer is no. There used to be a place called Kapit Bahay, which was at the Hawaiian Marketplace, but it wasn't very good, unfortunately. Now, it's a quick service. Filipino culture has quick service food in it a lot. It's in the Philippines, people don't even cook at home. They just get their food and leave. Like, they go to the little corner stall and buy it. So it was like a quick service type of place. Let me see this. I'm gonna do this because why not? I'm gonna answer some questions, but I'm with this backdrop here. So yeah. So anyways, come on, camera. Thank you. So yeah. But there's lots of places to buy Filipino food out in Vegas. They ride in jeepneys. Filipinos ride in lots of things. Jeepneys, trikes, taxis with air conditioning, cars, planes, trains, and automobiles like John Candy. Had a really good Korean barbecue and a mini mall on the Strip. Yeah, there's some good ones out here too. It's true. What? Chris says it's in January. I don't know. I drove past when I saw the sign. I thought it said November. Thank you for the update. January 1st on New Year's Day. Interesting. Still not going. Too much money, man. I can't drain that much on professional sports. One ticket to one of these games, I go to like 3 Golden Knights games. Are you going to have to cut your own hair? I'm growing it out. I'm going to grow it out Johnny Depp style, we decided. So, can't buy the dip anymore because the dip is gone because ETH rallied back up to $2,000. It's hovering around $1,980, and Bitcoin rallied back up to $3,100. What holiday is this in the Philippines? I don't know. June? They have their Independence Day in June, I think. So I think it's June. Keon, yeah, I mean, I put this up on here to donate, and then people got mad at me. They're like, dude, your donation link is really distracting, so I took it off. But if you guys want to donate, you can do it there. 600 viewers. We're just stopping for a water break, and then after this, we're going to go over the bridge, back to the Strip, where my signal dies when I get there. It's going to get rocky over there. Just know it will. But then we're going to go stream the Strip. I stayed the first day. Okay, we're talking to each other. What's the worst thing about the location for the stadium? It's the walk to get here. If you look up, so Cincinnati Kid is a viewer of the channel. He donated us tickets to a preseason game here, so we got to see a preseason game. It was late September. It was 102 degrees walking over Hacienda. Now it's only a 5-minute walk. They put up water stations along the way, but the worst part about it was that it was confusing once we got here. They don't have a lot of informational stuff out here. You go to the main gates, but our gates were on the other side. And we're gonna go see the field tray after this too, because somebody asked me to. I'm not gonna see Top Gun Maverick. I'm binge watching Star Trek: The Next Generation. I watched 80% of Chippendale Rescue Rangers. It pandered to me. That's what it is. Please like and share. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, Keon, it's on the bottom of the screen if you guys want to fight the YouTube machine and donate to us. We're building from zero, from scratch, so that's helpful. But it was hot. It was a hot day, and it wasn't fun. It was no joke. That's the worst part about this place. There's insufficient parking in this stadium. So if you go to the other side, Decatur, which is several miles from here, then you'll see several lots that they're still building right now. Yeah, so mukbang, if you have Disney Plus, Chippendale's Rescue Rangers, they didn't bring back the original voices. They have Andy Samberg and John Mulaney, but I really like Andy Samberg, one of my favorite comedic actors of all time. So I approve of this message, and it was okay. It was a fast-paced movie, but it was really trying to be Who Framed Roger Rabbit. So now I'm going to watch Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and I'm probably going to appreciate it from a different level. I know preseason isn't the real NFL, but I'd never been in an NFL stadium in my whole life. The biggest venue I'd ever been in before that was Commonwealth Stadium in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, which seats about 60,000. This seats 65, but this is much more modern, obviously. Before that, it was McMahon Stadium, which was built in the 30s. Not even a comparison. They could have built the stadium in a different location. Where could it have been? Oh, lots of locations to build this stadium. You could have built it on East Tropicana, by the UNLV. You could have built it down by the South Outlet Center, which would have been perfect because it's also by an interstate on-ramp, across from the Outlet Center with tons of dirt around it. You could have built so much parking in that area, but they didn't build it there. You could have built this, and if you drive south on the Strip a little bit, there's tons of open land everywhere you look. I mean, it was just, they built it here. Okay, here's the thing, Harry Reid, I'm not getting political, I'm just naming people's names. Harry Reid apparently owned this plot of land. I can't prove any of this, this is allegedly, okay? You wanna hear something salacious, say yes in the chats. If you're just coming in, I'm gonna tell you something that I can't prove, that makes me sound like I'm a far right, crazy person. Do you wanna hear it? Say yes in the chat. Say yes in the chat. I'm waiting for a yes. Leisure Stadium is the best location for Vegas. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so here's the thing. Clark County has this really great record-keeping system, and if you ever buy or sell a home, you can look up the paper trail of a home for 30 years. It's been digitized, it's all in there. If you get married here, you can look up a person's wedding and all that stuff. I mean, so it's good. Like when Jake Paul and Tana Mongeau got married, people know it wasn't a real wedding because they didn't have a marriage license. So you could look up plots of land. Now, so what I did was I went and I looked, because I read this online. Somebody said Harry Reid, he was a senator, he passed, now the airport's named after him. His son, Rory Reid, was on the Clark County Commissioners or something to do with the local government. So somebody said that this land was chosen because Harry Reid's family got paid. So I can't prove it, but what I did was I looked up this address. Now, this address used to be called Azerbaijan or something like that, and I looked it up. You can't find the address, it doesn't exist anymore. The property record stops at a certain date. So this was a plot of land that if you wanted to put it together and really investigative journalist it, you could see that Harry Reid probably owned this land. And then the stadium got placed here and purchased by the Raiders Stadium, Clark County Stadium Authority for a lot of money. So maybe somebody got paid, I don't know for sure. That could be why this is right here. Could also be it's here because it's proximity to the casinos, and that's why there's less parking here, because it's a boon for the casinos to charge $100 for event parking. That's also probably why they're begrudgingly having, like they say there's going to be an entertainment district here, but I don't see any bars. Most stadiums have a bar district, but there's a bar in the casino, you see, so it goes around in circles. You have to follow the money trail on stuff. I can't prove any of it, and look, if you get paid, you get paid. Good, guess what? You don't care about gas prices or inflation. You're better off than me. That's all I can tell you. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, let's get going, because nobody wants to see me chat for too long. Leisure Stadium was an empty lot. I know, but somebody owned the empty lot. It doesn't matter if it was an empty lot. Somebody owned the property. It wasn't owned by the county. It had an owner, but then that record ceases to exist. The ownership line breaks. That's why we need blockchains. That's why blockchains work. You can't fake blockchains. Blockchains would not allow something like that weirdness to happen. Let's go find the stadium field tray. So another feature of Allegiant Stadium, where we are at in Las Vegas right now, is that they don't have 24-hour security. I got locked in here on New Year's Eve. I streamed early and I parked my car here. And by the time I got back, I was locked in. And I was like scared because I needed my car. So you see how this gate is like this? All the gates are like this. When I came in, they were open, and when I left, they were closed. And so I waved down. Here's what I did. I will show you this, okay? Because I'm dumb, right? I'm not dumb. So this is how I treat the cops, okay? Watch. So I waved down the cops. This is how I waved down the cops. Okay? Because there's a cop car. Because I tried to call security. I'm like, well, all the casinos have a security line. You can call security. Anytime you want, type in Mandalay Bay Security, call a 702 number. You'll get their security detail. You can call them. Because they want security to be where they need to be. So I waved down the cops. I'm like, hey, officer. I kept my hands like this. I said, I have a question. Can I put my hands in my pockets? Because it was freezing cold. It was a wind. We're here on New Year's. It was cold. It was a windstorm. It started to rain. I said, I'm just going to put my hands in my pockets because I'm cold. Is that okay? He said yes. And then they don't have a 24-hour security detail. And they had closed the stadium after the Las Vegas Bowl, and it was going to be closed for a week, which means that I almost didn't get my car out. Terry Calder, any thoughts on the crypto rally, bullish reveal, or the last cat? I think, I don't know. I should do a video on that on the Not Leaving Crypto channel. People don't come here for crypto. But I think, you know, ETH saw a really hard hit because there was an not an ETF. There's a futures contract on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange where crypto futures are put into contracts, and that was expiring on Friday. So there's $1 billion of ETH that was going to go back on the market, so everybody sold their ETH. As for Bitcoin, I'm not really sure. So one other feature about Allegiant Stadium is that it's one of only a few stadiums in the country that has real grass, but the real grass isn't inside because the inside is technically an enclosed stadium for environmental reasons because it's super hot half the time. So it has a translucent material on the roof. So what they did was they have the UNLV Rebels play here, but NCAA plays on turf, field turf. It's an artificial type of grass. I think it's called field turf anyways. But NFL wants grass. So what they did was they built field trays that roll in to the stadium and then roll out, right? I'm gonna get rid of my donation message so people don't get mad and yell at me. Can I do that, please? So what they have is they have these big rollers. The grass is outside 90% of the time growing, and then on game day they roll the grass inside. Pretty cool. So William Roberts says it's the same as the proposed Carson Stadium where the Raiders would have played. That's cool. And we can see over here what's happened is the casinos have gone corporate sponsorship, and so you can be like, well, I'm at the Caesars entrance, and then you can see through the, it's hard to see, I'm really sorry, I mean I can't, you can see Caesars Palace, Paris, Harrah's, Horseshoe. Ah, interesting. Okay. Oh, look at that, right? People were asking me about this the other day. They said, hey, Steven, when is the you said it's going to happen? Well, I can't really focus on it, but that sign, there it is. See where it says Horseshoe? There is your first Horseshoe branding in Las Vegas. There you go. Real grass at Allegiant, fake grass at SoFi. And I think also somebody told me in the chats that the MetLife, it's called MetLife, wherever it is that the Jets play, also has a similar feature where they have trays that move the turf inside. And this is a big old screen that for a long time didn't work. They had to redo it for some reason, I don't know why. When is the only casino that has a nightclub inside Allegiant? Yeah, they have an end zone nightclub. State Farm in Phoenix. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. The Horseshoe returns. Yeah, I think that's the first Horseshoe branding we've seen. That's the first I've seen in the city, and it's right here. So what does that tell us? Ooh, what does that tell us? That tells us that it could be before September that the Horseshoe starts getting the Bally's is becoming a horseshoe, folks, as you know. So it could be that before September, Bally's switches over to the horseshoe, because why would they put that there, right? Football season starts in September, so there it is. It's not a smart man, Jenny, but I know what corporate sponsorship is. Cardinal Stadium has a rolling tray. Cool. That's, yeah, like I said, they don't have 24/7 security, so I'm certain you can get away with it. By the way, another thing, a tip for you, don't park on the top level of the parking garage. We're not gonna see anything up here, are we? Nope, we're not. I didn't realize, I've never been to this entrance. Don't park on the donuts up there. Guys and gals. So the field tray is on the other side of this. Oh, it just popped in, it's better now. Question, do you see their fan base is in Vegas bigger? I don't think so. I don't think it's that much bigger, but what do I know? Nothing. I know nothing, Jon Snow. So, it's better now, guys. Appreciate y'all having the concerns. So, I'll just have to show it to you. So you can see it here. So we're right here in this parking lot. That's the field tray. Rolls in thusly, sits right there. But, you know, do you think the ticket prices for the Raiders will be outrageous? Probably. I don't know. It really depends on what happens with the team. And I mean, they've sold out their season tickets, so you can't buy season tickets to this team anymore. We might see the field tray. I lied to you. Dirty, rotten son of a bitch. Lying to us. Yeah, but the tickets are expensive. Yeah, we can see it from here. I hope it's not too dark to see it. And I'm gonna have to go right up to the door, which makes me a tad nervous. Oh, the field is inside now. No, it's not. It's out here. Oh, this is rad. Oh, this is cool. Oh, look at that. Ladies and gentlemen. Zoom in. Nope, that didn't work. Oh, you know what? This is cool as hell. That's why I have this thing. Okay. Are we on the... Look at this. You watch NFL through Red Zone? A lot of people do, man. Sunday tickets expensive. So we can go like this. Oh, it's so high up. Oh, I'm nervous. Oh, can you see it? Oh man, I don't know if you can see it. I'm gonna tilt the gimbal down a little bit more. Okay. Okay, this is really high up, and I'm really worried about losing my whole operation over this fence. Oh gosh, don't be nervous, Campbell. Whoa. Oh, I hope you guys saw something, because I didn't see a thing because my camera was all tilted. So there it is. That's the field tray. Did you guys see anything? Because I couldn't see the camera for obvious reasons. It was like I was having my hands, like my arms were extended as much as they could go. Circus doing a remodel. That was the laziest journalism I've ever read. Channel 8 talking about it. And when they said, recently purchased by Phil Wright. He bought the hotel 2 years ago. So yeah, there's your field tray. And you can see that it's set up on rails. I'm trying to get through here. You see it's on, well, it's not on rails, but it's on, it looks like an ice hockey surface, you know? That's cool. Yeah, no, you guys are saying they already have the branding on the Bally's tables. I gotcha. It's gonna open by the end of the year. Well, I think it might be sooner than that. But they haven't given any official notice, so now we see. So hopefully you guys can see something over there. I can't wait to go back and look at the replay of this. I don't usually watch the replays, but in this case I will take a peek at it because I couldn't see anything. Channel 8 Eyewitness News. And then they go on to talk about renovations that already happened at Circus Circus. Like, oh, you don't area. They've already done a bunch of this stuff. And I'm like, slow news day, folks. Does the county charge extra? No, probably not. So the thing about it is that this obviously ties into the water because of the sewage. But since this is sitting on such a big footprint, the rules in the county here are that if you're on over an acre of land, you're totally able to drill your own wells. Imagine that this is probably coming from the ground, and then they have other supplemental water coming in, and these buildings are engineering marvels. I mean, I'm not just talking about Allegiant. Any stadium in this world is amazing. The amount of engineering that goes into it, airflow, water pressure, it's crazy. Although this stadium here has a problem with payment systems going down. But, you know, that happened once at WWE. It's not that it was fake news, it's just that it wasn't really news. When Phil Ruffin purchased the Circus Circus, he announced plans to do all that stuff. That was 2 years ago. Circus Circus is where Sammy Hagar, former lead singer of Van Halen, has his restaurant and residency. Did it move? Because the residency's at the Stratosphere. We were there 2 nights ago. So Sammy's resident, unless he moved, I don't know, maybe he moved his residency in the last few days, but they were showing it on the screen. I don't know, I think his restaurant, I thought his restaurant was on the Strip. I mean, I could be wrong on that too. But anyway, yeah, Red Rocker. I guess it's a double whammy, Lucky Yamava. Southern California's premier resort and casino. That's owned by San Manuel, who owns the Palms. But they don't put the Palms on this building because they already have deals with MGM Resorts and Caesars. Hey, wait, hold on. Who's insulting William? Hi. You get a timeout for that. I love you, Perfect Storm, but now you have a timeout for 5 minutes for just being... I don't usually time people out, but that's disgusting. Why would you say that to my friend William, who supported my wife with her face masks over and over again? He didn't need as many as he bought. Why'd you say that to my friend William, who had me come up to his room at Bellagio to video it? The footage wasn't usable, but he offered. Why'd you say that to my friend William, who keeps my chats alive? Don't be mean. Mean people suck. You watch the news, you go on Twitter, mean people are everywhere. What do you guys think? Yeah? You guys are Raiders fans, right? Yeah? Do you mind being on my live stream for a minute? Okay. You want to be on? Them. What do you think of this place, man? What do you think of it?
It's amazing.
It's amazing. Is it your first time seeing it?
Yes, actually.
Is it bigger than you thought it would be?
Most definitely.
Most definitely. You guys gonna go to a game here?
Maybe. We don't know.
Part of the plan.
Where are you guys from?
LA.
From wow.
Yeah, we're staying right there right now, so we decided just to come across.
It's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, man.
You come here 24 hours a day, you always see Raiders fans staring at it. You guys drove in.
Did you go all the way around?
I didn't, but if you go up there, it's totally worth you guys going up there. Walk into the garden area, you'll see the field tray. We just showed my stream. It's really cool. Because the field is out right now. You can see them growing the grass, and then they slide it in for the Raiders games. It's pretty badass to go look. And since it's outside. The field is outside, and then they roll it in because UNLV plays here, and they play on artificial. Last thing too,
You can see that field from over there.
make sure. Last thing, make sure he knows. If you drive in not far from here, 15 minutes, the Raiders corporate head office is there too.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, it's worth seeing. All right, have a good time, guys. See, they like it. Mikey likes it. This kid is about to have to mow about 10,000 lawns to buy Raiders tickets. Do you really think they're going to build a pipeline from the Pacific to refill Lake Mead? Dude, I don't know nothing about nothing like that. We're in a world of hurt. We're in a world of trouble, yo. Once the water runs out, the city is nothing. Then I change my channel name to Now Leaving Las Vegas, and I go somewhere else. And I rebuild from scratch. I love that. That's funny, Yogi. That's some funny stuff. Yeah, here you go. Yeah, week 17, January 1st. Raiders playing the Niners. Although after last year, that loss to the Rams, we were more like the 40 Winers. Get it? I've been to the Raiders head office. We did, I videoed that when nobody watched my channel. I liked it. It was under construction back then. Now it's open. They built it right next to the Henderson Executive Airport because they wanted to fly in and out and have ease of access, which is cool. Is Nevada going to add lanes on the 15? We've already added lanes to the 15, actually. The last year or two, if you drove in, you'd see a lot of construction on the Nevada side. So Carolyn Goodman got with lawmakers in California, and she said, won't somebody please think of the children? And California has agreed to widen things on their end. It won't matter. You need to understand. It won't matter. They would have to make it 5 lanes in each direction for it to really make an impact, in my opinion. But I'm glad that somebody's trying something. What is this? Is this like a ticket? Is this where they do ticketing? Can I go in here? Is this where I wait for the number 2 bus to go to Baltimore? Bad Bunny. I guess this is a ticket area. It's kind of cool. Oh yeah, there you go. That's the ticket area. I guess that's probably a place where you go because it's so damn hot out here. You can just go in there and chill out. Build the bullet train. Yeah, right, I know, right? That'd be nice. It won't be a bullet train, probably. Probably just be just building another Amtrak. Like they always do. They should have an underground walkway to the hotels. Underground walkways, man. So you know the original plan in Vegas wasn't to build over the road walkways everywhere. It was to build underground walkways. But they didn't do it. The reason they didn't do it was because they're very dangerous, underground walkways. They're hard to police. And they're easy to get, you know, hey, give me your money, say. Again, 1930s crime, Cagney, Lacey, Bogart comes at you. But, you know, it doesn't matter because he's got a knife and it's scary. So, yeah, you don't want to do that. It's not good. Be in next Sunday for a conference, Be in the Know says, Coolio. Do you think the Get Past Connor... I don't know what? Do you think they Get Past Connor has no chance, Kippish? Okay. Oh, MG, I'd love to interview the mayor. That'd be great. What is YouTube Greed? Oh, YouTube Greed is where they take 30% out of everything and they withhold it for actually up to 6 weeks. So a donation on June 1st doesn't come in until July 21st. So that's actually 7 weeks. So if you guys want to help us out now, with Caroline in the Philippines and us starting from scratch, use that link. If you can't help out, that's cool too. Or if you want to do a super chat so people see your name in lights, I totally dig it. You should have streamed the older parts of Vegas, like Charleston Heights. So Keith, the other day, thank you for the great suggestion. I think that's a great comment. Smart. The other day, I was actually on East Sahara. We went down East Sahara into that area called Beverly Green. Nice little area. Was the Delano supposed to be near Resorts World? I've not made, yes. Ooh, very good, William. Yes, in the past there's renderings of that, but I don't think they ever went into real negotiations. I think they were just renderings. Resorts World has about 4 individual sets of renderings from when it, well, 5 if you include Echelon Place, which it started off as. So if you haven't done so, subscribe to the channel, by the way. Why is Caroline in the islands? It's a family thing. We're doing something to help the family out there. She's actually doing a lot of charity too. You guys have helped us out on Patreon and stuff throughout the pandemic buying masks. So a lot of that's gonna go to charitable stuff. So yeah, there were so many different renderings, and I don't think when Genting bought it, they ever intended to run their own hotel. They always were gonna get a third party. At the time, the Delano, and by the way, it is called Delano, I had to learn this, like Franklin Delano Roosevelt. By the time, the Delano was still the resort at Mandalay Bay. So I guess maybe somebody threw it on a rendering. I don't know if they ever talked about it really doing it. And they did basically strip the Asian theme 100%. Original Resorts World plans had a replica Great Wall of China. It had a panda bear, a live panda bear inside. It had the original giant ball that they have outside. Inside on the outside of the property. A couple of the renderings had the ball ground level. One of the renderings had a cantilever arm that would come out this way and hung the ball from the building itself. But none of that came to pass. How do I... Hey, Perfect Storm, you're back. Thank you for coming back. Don't be offended. Sorry, I don't usually time people out. We just got to be polite to each other in this stream, or else we're no better than the Twitter mobs of the universe. So I don't know that I could stream underground. Hell, I'm going to lose my signal when I cross the street right now. And I'll be up on the top side of Black Mesa, where the temperature is 79 degrees. Ooh, gonna be good sleeping tonight. Are there any plans to open Buffalo Bills? I'm not sure. That's down in Prim. We could drive to Prim. I had this cockneyed idea to drive down Las Vegas Boulevard all the way to Prim. It's a long drive and it's a dirt road in a lot of places. Born and raised Decatur and Charleston, Keith says. Coolio. Right across from Arizona Charlie's Casino. Where's Western High Warriors? Baby, thank you so much. How's Sam Boyd? It's hanging in there. We're not going to get rid of it, I don't think, because they can use Sam Boyd for different things. I think the Las Vegas Lights Football Club, which is it's professional soccer, let's call it what it is. They get paid for, pardon me, paid for doing it. I'm pretty sure the lights play there, which is good. Could the Luxor light be seen from space? No, not any longer. And I don't know that it ever could be seen from space. I think that was one of those, pardon me, I gotta get some water, I have a dry throat, misnomers, or one of those stories about Vegas lore, you know? In the last few years, they transitioned them from halogen bulbs to LEDs. MG says, God, golly. Meet up at Peppermill. No, we're gonna meet up. I'm gonna carve out a time on July 1st and on July 4th at the Pinball Hall of Fame. I just have to get with Beth over there, who kind of runs the show, tell her when I'm gonna be there. I don't know that anybody will show up, but you say hello, say hi, how's it going, take a picture if you want to. Why would anybody want a picture with me? What a jerk egomaniac thing that was to say, I'm sorry. Wow, okay. Steven says, is there an update on the Fontainebleau Drew? You heard possible implosion coming soon. No, they're actually working on it right now. They've completed all the windows. Construction is going, I think, 16 hours a day on that one. So they're looking to open that 2023, late 2023, early 2024. Champagne Pappy said the part that I won't say out loud. Did Hard Rock buy the Mirage? Well, it's not completed yet, but yes. And the Mirage will be turned into a giant guitar. Any updates on the Msg Sphere? The building is topped out. The Msg Sphere is a giant spherical concert hall venue located right behind Venetian and Palazzo, and they've topped it out, meaning that they're no longer putting big giant beams on it. The company that owns it is a combination of AEG and MSG, as in Madison Square Garden Company, out of New York, and they will be testing some of their cameras on the International Space Station. So they're doing some stuff in space with those cameras that they're going to be using at the Msg Sphere. So that's interesting, I think, to see that. I imagine that the one at Resorts World will open definitely in time for SEMA, which is, I think, in September, unless they change that because of COVID reasons. But I don't imagine that they won't open. Now, as for Encore, I don't know about that one even being started yet. It could be. I had a subscriber. Well, subscribers are funny. Y'all guys will, you'll go in and out of my life, like passengers on a train that just runs in a loop. So I'm on the loop. I never exit, right? I'm going in a circle. This is my loop. This is the YouTube life. You'll jump on the train and you'll ride with me for a little bit, and then you'll jump off the train. I might not see you for a while. I may not ever see you again. Then you jump back on the train. Pat Mendoza, woo! Thank you, Pat. So I had this one person that was really up on giving me some updates, and they said, you know, they were hiring engineers and people to design the tunnels, and that was a few months ago. So we'll see. Yeah, and we do need to mature the transportation system in Vegas, but it's hard because you have so much money to be made on paid parking, so you don't want to make the strip car free. I believe that's the reason why why they still allow cars. Elon pipeline refill like me. Elon Musk is busy playing Twitter mogul right now. Don't get me wrong, I hope he buys it, but who knows. But yeah, at the same time, I think light rail transit would work really well on the strip, but you'd have to rip out the center. They have lots of plants and palm trees on the center, and if you tore all those out and built proper light rail transit, that would work really well, and light rail transit is very cheap to build. Or bus rapid transit. Pat Mendoza hitting me up. Thank you again, Pat Mendoza. Appreciate you. Boogaloo. I don't know what that term means. If it means something bad, I don't know. Is everything okay, Ryan? I think so. Well, my 5th day of streaming today. I decided to show you a little off the strip tonight. Be back on the strip in a few mementos. There's lots of water in California. You just have to tap into the ground and pump it. But that requires money that nobody seems to have. So we're walking behind the strip right now. So this is a little service type of street that runs parallel. This is, I believe, Dean Martin. Irwin says I'm here often, not in the chat all that often. Thank you for being here, buddy. So show the 15 south traffic. Sure, we can do that. I can show you 15 north right now, and then the south is on this side. How do I do this so you guys can actually see it? Because these fences are not helping. They don't have these types of fences on roads in Canada where I'm from. It's an American thing, so you don't throw crap over at the cars. So you got this right down here. So you can see it this way. Christy W, thank you so much. Yeah, you can't really see anything because of this. Maybe I can, okay, that's probably the closest you're gonna get. There it is. So that's actually, the cars are coming at us, are going north right now. And the other direction is south. So there you go. Not a lot of traffic tonight, actually. Hardly any at all. But I remember moving here in 2004, and the interstate was so much smaller, and the 95 was so much smaller too. They've done a lot to address that with billions of dollars worth of construction projects. And when I first came here in 2004, there was no high occupancy vehicle lanes. Now there are in both directions, which is good. They should allow the EVs to use those HOV lanes. They don't. California does. That makes sense, but you know, good stuff. What's the update with Prim? As I said, I know nothing on it. I'm gonna have to go down there to Prim. There's a couple of like weird things near Prim. There's the world's largest gas station. It's a Chevron. And I think there's a Big Boy, or that might be north in Mesquite. I want to eat at a Big Boy restaurant. There's only one in Nevada, I think. And I don't know if desalinization for salt water works the way people think it works, but I don't know anything about it. Does it work well? It's a Big Boy Tavern in Sky Canyon, okay. Do I live over here, Carlos? No, I live miles and miles away from this place here. I do live in Las Vegas, but I don't live anywhere near the strip real well. That's not true, but I'm not telling you where I live because that would be stupid. New charging for EV in Barstow, California. That's good. Yeah, there's only one spot in America, somewhere in the Midwest, where you can't make that leg in your EV because there's no charging stations. If I want big boys, I gotta go to Burbank. No, there's one here. So remember I was showing you guys Terribles? When you go into Terribles, I don't know if they have them where you live, but the gas stations all have these little digital signs now where they advertise things right by the cash registers. And if you go there, the same company that owns Terribles owns the franchise on White Castle. So they advertise now hiring, and they show now hiring at Terribles, White Castle, and Bob's Big Boy. And I asked the guy, and he didn't even know where the Bob's was, but he's like, I know there's one in Nevada, or else we wouldn't have it on the sign. And then I think somebody said maybe it's in Mesquite, but it might be south. There's like some junction pass. I don't recall, but there's one here. There's one here. I don't know, is it good food? I don't know. I haven't eaten since yesterday. Well, since technically this morning at 2. So I might actually get junk food on the way home, but I don't want to spend the money on it. So I might just go home and eat some homemade pizza or something healthier. Have the crowds returned to the strip? Oh, Kathy, let me tell you something. Vegas is back. Vegas is back to 100% what it was. Without a doubt, publicly, you know? Which is curious because the prices on everything else across the country are very expensive. So yeah, it's absolutely back to where you'd want. No masks, no waiting. Well, waiting, but you know, no capacity restrictions on things. None of this business. Hey, sound like that. What's that old Cubs win? That reporter, that color, that commentary guy for the Cubs. Sound like Will Ferrell going, hey, you guys, let's go get kicked out of Mandalay Bay. I don't even know if the stream will work in here. Maybe the original Bob's Big Boy in Burbank. It might be. I did stop at Cactus Pizza a few times in Jackpot. Yeah, there's actually a cool place if you're driving out here, it's especially useful. Harry Carey, thank you so much. You guys, I have the best audience. Smart audience, civilized audience, cool audience. I had to time somebody out for 5 minutes today because they were being just rude to somebody, and they were super nice about it. They came back into the chat. I got a mellow audience that understands what's so wrong about peace, love, and understanding, as Elvis Costello once sang. Centennial Hills. Oh geez, look at that. There's a Harold's Chicken in Henderson. Somebody I know from Chicago told me it's good chicken. I don't know. Hey Norm, if your head were just answer the question, Norm. It's like freaking hilarious. All right, let's go in here. We'll probably get kicked out of here if my bandwidth doesn't die, because it's already at 3,400 from 4,000. Once it gets down below 1,000, I gotta run for the hills. So we might lose the stream in here. Who knows? 9810 Sky Canyon. Oh yeah, everything's paid. A couple kilobits. Yeah, we're gonna lose this connection. 1,000 kilobits. This is the Delano. Oh, it's at 1,200 now. Cubs win, holy cow. Yeah, so this is the Delano's lobby. And I guess it's a dog-friendly property. 1,300. I don't know, could be the same chain. same thing, right? Oh, 7. Hi, Poets Corner. How you doing? 2. Chop City. Yep. We'll have to go underneath the bridge. Take me to the place I love. Take me all the way. Singing. Every time I go under the bridge, I gotta think about Red Hot Chili Peppers. Sometimes I feel like I don't have a partner. Sometimes I feel like my only friend is the city I live in, the city of angels, lonely as I am, together we cry. Ugh, never been to Los Angeles. You should go to Los Angeles. It's definitely a different vibe than anywhere else you've probably ever been in your whole life, dude. Every neighborhood in Los Angeles is like a different city in a way. Ethnically diverse in a good way. Culturally different. I like LA. It scares the hell out of me. I turn into my father. He was always looking out for his family and getting scared when he drive into very big cities. And MacArthur Park is melting in the sun. Someone left the cake out in the rain. That's what I think of when I think of MacArthur Park. Or Jurassic Park is frightening in the dark. All the dinosaurs are running wild. Someone let T-Rex out of his pen. Oh, jeez. Oh my gosh, now I gotta go listen to Alapalooza album. AE says it sucks. LA wasn't this bad 10 to 15 years ago. Do not come to LA. Don't bother coming unless you're gonna do the beach. There's so much history in LA, man. I was listening to the history of Mulholland, who was like a German immigrant, I think, and he was like down on his luck digging ditches, and he knew there was water underneath LA, and people for years said LA would never be like San Francisco because it was a barren desert in the middle of nowhere. But he believed differently, and he helped build the aqueducts, which he's there's a song by Frank Black called Mulholland. It's a really fun song. It kind of talks about the history of LA in a way. Silver Lake and Santa Monica have some cool neighborhoods too. So Steven, if you take that salt out of the water through a system, there won't be any mining for salt anymore. That'd be cool. Americans should probably travel outside the U.S. I've only been to 4 countries, Ryan. Probably not as well traveled as you. I've only been to Canada, all over Mexico, like for an entire summer, not to resorts towns, the United States obviously, and the Philippines, all over the Philippines, not to resort towns. So I'm probably not as well versed as some people, but I would agree with what Ryan says. When I was in SoCal, you know, big starry-eyed idiot, 23 years old. So have you ever gone to Mexico? And the guy's like, nah, man, I never been nowhere. I'm like, what? Guy never left San Diego County. And he was like 30 years old. So you're right, Ryan. You're right. People should get a gauge for what the world is like. What are your thoughts on the bodies being found in Lake Mead? When the bodies hit the floor. I think it's part of Vegas history and lore. I'm actually doing a video. I'm going to get some audience participation from my Patreon members on this one, I think. I'm going to be doing like a Vegas iceberg video. I already started writing it. It's the Vegas iceberg video. And we're going to talk about that. Talk about 86ing people and all these things. So, you know. I don't think you guys understand how much Chinese money is in Vegas. As a resident of Aldea, I can tell you we stay awake at night wondering what other people... I like it. Guys, you can always look at the negativity in the world. It's so easy. Wow, there's a lot of people coming out of the Mandalay Bay. I don't know why. So, yeah. So, for example, when the Sahara is being built again, and they're calling it the SLS, they're doing the renovations. The company SLS, they promised Chinese developers green cards. If they would give $250,000, they would give one green card. And what they were, that's a beautiful car. And what they were doing is they were taking advantage of a loophole. It's not a loophole, it's a green card permanent residency program that says that if you create a business in America for X amount of employees with $250,000 of investment, we'll give you a green card for doing that. Because thank you for creating these American jobs. These people are Italian. They're so Italian. It's crazy. I mean, like, I'm saying they're Italian. When I say they're Italian,
Italy. Va bene. Vanno da Italy loro.
like, because they were talking with their hands like this. So what happened was this Chinese company, they spent tens of millions of dollars, and then the paperwork didn't go through. And so they were like, you screwed us, you lied to us. Where's our green cards? And developers, the SLS Corporation was like, we didn't guarantee you anything. And it went to court, and they didn't file the paperwork. I think they were at fault. Like, all they had to do is file paperwork, and then you get those green cards. So there's a lot of, like, foreign investment money in Vegas. Of course there is. I love this part of Vegas where you're walking around and you hear all these foreign languages. It's awesome. It's awesome. Like, if you ever want to get that experience, just go to that store in Vegas, because everybody's Apple product breaks, you know, and you'll hear everybody from everywhere talking every language imaginable, all trying to communicate. And it's like music to my ears, because this is the way Vegas is. Tourism, and it wasn't that way for 2 years, and I'm so happy to hear it. It makes me happy. So we got.
Non si può, mi dispiace. Copyright, sorry.
What's your name?
It's copyright.
Where are you guys from?
Sorry.
Where are you guys from?
Hi.
Hi, where are you from?
We are from Italy.
I
Roma.
thought so.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Really great city.
Thank you very much.
Is the only one that you know? That's oh.
No,
great.
I don't know any. I love Italian.
You must learn something else, please. Grazie.
Ciao, grazie.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's great.
Well, thank you guys.
Thank you, guys.
God bless you
Bye-bye.
guys. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
I was right. I have an ear for the languages, apparently. That was cool. That's fun. Fun stuff, man. So we're back on the strip. They're from Roma. They're from Rome, Italy. I say, I love your tomatoes, bro. They're the ones that aren't round. They're like oblongs, you know? I don't know, Rome. They're from Roma. But, I mean, that's probably like if you're from, like, Carson City, California, or you're from, maybe Carson's a bad example. If you're from Irvine, you're like, and you're in Italy, you don't tell people I'm from Irvine. You're like, dude, I'm from LA. That's what you tell people, because nobody knows Irvine. Governor right now. I know, right? Police in Versailles. Oh, see, I got a neighborhood ring alert. Anyone know what happened in Versailles today? There's police in Versailles, I guess. I don't know if they're Italian. How are you gonna tell me Italians from Italy have a bad accent? Woo! I mean, like, woo! Hey, they fixed the bandwidth out here. It was really bad for a while. Now it's not bad at all. I'm from the Valley, and I always tell people I'm from LA. Exactly right. You're getting your groove back, Steven. Very good stream tonight. Enjoy seeing the outskirts of the strip area. Thank you so much. Well, okay, Irvine's in Orange County. That's my point. You'd be like, I'm from Orange County. And they'd be like, County. Oh, not very bad. Just kidding. Because everybody apparently says LA's bad. It's what you all told me, man. You just told me don't go to LA. I'm like, ooh. Oh, is that a Viper? What is this? What am I looking at? Oh my gosh, that is cool. It says it's a Sagarius. What the hell is a Sagarius? Can somebody tell me about that car? That is a cool car. Maybe it's just a Lotus with some customizations. I don't know. My wife lived by the Irvine Spectrum for a minute back in the 90s. She was a bartender out there when OJ was driving around with AC Cowlings. What kind of car is that? I've never seen that car. So it could very well be a German car. So I saw this TikTok where this state trooper pulled over a guy from Saudi Arabia. And he's like, license and registration, you don't have American plates on your car, you have foreign plates. And the guy from Saudi Arabia is like, right here. And the trooper got really like progressively more angry. The guy from Saudi Arabia in education. And there's a program where you and keep your plates on. And here's my license, but it is from Saudi Arabia, but it's international. And here's my insurance. And the trooper just got more and more angry because he's like, no, sir, you need to have, you know, American license plates. And he's like, no, I don't. So maybe that's what we saw right there. I don't know. It's a Supra, okay, because it didn't look foreign, but it had German plates on the front and the back of it. Now, you know, you're not going to see a foreign plate on the back of a car. Front, yeah, I mean, some states allow you to put a customized funny plate on the front. Manja pasta. Probably has an AMG. It might. That's a nice car. But if it's a Toyota Supra, then no, it has a Toyota engine, right? So, anyway. Audience, man. What would I do without you guys? I don't know. But we recently watched Cleopatra. So here's some Egyptian themed stuff. Yeah, I mean, but on front and back, you just don't usually see those. Because you will get pulled over, like, you know, if you don't have an American license plate. And by the way, for the record, guys, if you don't have a Carl's Jr. where you live, you might like Carl's Jr. You just, who's to say what somebody else likes? You don't like it, that's cool, you know? Some people might like it. And there's nothing wrong with that, you know? But the thing about some cars is that they can't be sold in America. You couldn't. What's that called? Oh, there's the tram. I can hear it running. What is that called? The transportation safety, whatever. The ones that run the vehicles. They refused to purchase one because it was worth like $300,000, and they're like, we're not going to buy this car so we can crash test it so you can drive it. So he couldn't import it into the country because it wasn't like safe for the roads here. It was technically safe, I'm sure. What do they call that? Something SRB, transportation safety something Skywalker. NTSB, National Transportation Safety Board. There you go. I'm getting hungry and tired, just so you guys know. We've been streaming now for 2 hours. That's fun. We're just sitting down and I've just run out of water. QP, thanks for being here. Yeah. I don't know. This is DPS. Yeah, Steve, how many Doink Dink Doink Sloppy Shard coins do you have? I have not even half of an Ethereum, and I have 0.0015 Bitcoin. That's my whole wealth right now. My whole wealth. So, yeah. I don't even want to get into that. At one point, I had way more ETH, but we had to do things with it. And we made some decisions with it to help family and other people out. Oh, man. So, I appreciate you being. If you guys want to ask a question, now's the time to do it. You can hear the tram buzzing behind me. That's what that sound is. Otherwise, I'm going to continue back down to whence we came. Crypto could just be a house of cards. Not really. Sorry. Don't think so, but that's just my take on it. Some cryptos might be. I pee on dead people. Says, great stream tonight, my man. See what I did there. Pee stream. For water, thank you, KS. I appreciate it. National Highway Transportation Safety Administration, Timothy. Boxers or briefs? Boxers all the way. When I wear them, no, I'm wearing them because you get a rash otherwise. That's a question. Those are questions. We're gonna get going here in a minute. I'm just feeling like slogged. I slept. Tonight's gonna be cooler too. We're the good Chopino. I don't know what that is. What's going on in the Phils? We're talking about it on Patreon. I didn't even let anybody here know that she was going for a while until just recently. But there's some stuff that we just put on Patreon because I don't want to be trolled over it. You want to see Rio? Go to the Rio because they have a parking garage that faces the strip. You'll see everything. It's really good. When does the 100-degree weather start? It started last week. When does it start consistently? Looks like next Sunday 97, Monday 98, Tuesday 100, no, Monday 99, Tuesday 100, Tuesday 100. Looks like. You got Napo. I mean, good, yeah, things are okay, Mac. We're just trying to do some stuff to help the family out there permanently because we support them every single month. Do you drive, park, and walk? I drive to the strip and I park, and if I don't get back in time, I pay for parking. MGM used to give parking for free for locals. They still do. You get the first 3 hours for free. Or if you're like 1 or 2 minutes past that, they charge you, it would be $18, but they don't charge you 18, they charge you 15, and they give you a $3 discount because they're so generous. But just until a month or two ago, they would actually comp you the first 3 hours and then charge you 1 hour more, so you would pay $6, but now they charge you 15. Any more update on the Boring Company tunnels? All I can tell you right now is that there is no tunnel running at Resorts World yet. It was supposed to be open for the NAB show. That came and went last month, and they didn't get any permits for it for whatever reason. Some engineers, I heard, are doing the design for the tunnels over at Encore Resorts World. Hello.
Got your Osmo going.
Do you want to be on my camera? Be over. I'm doing a live stream on YouTube. Yeah, here, I'll bring it to you. You okay with that? I always ask. Yeah, my name's Steven. What's your name?
Larry.
Hey, Larry, where are you from?
I'm from Michigan.
Michigan. Whereabouts on my hand are you supposed to ask?
I would be down in the southwest corner.
Oh, cool. Okay.
South Bend, Indiana.
Oh, okay. So so you're from Michigan, but you're close to Indiana. Do you guys have any Colts fans in your town? Because I was
what?
Colts fans. Because I know people.
Yeah, there's some South Bend area.
I figured as much, right? That's cool. So are you staying over here? Or are you staying on the strip?
Mandalay Bay.
Oh, do you like this area? Is it worth
Oh, yeah.
staying off the beaten path a little bit?
Sure.
Right on. I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
we come here once in a while.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
Beats come here in the winter time when it's 100 degrees below there. At least it beats that, right, Larry?
Yeah.
That's cool. Thanks for being on my live stream.
Not a problem.
It's called Not Leaving Las Vegas. Do you have one of these?
Osmo.
That's the 4 though. I don't
Yeah.
go in for that 5 business. The 4 is so
No?
much. Well, the 4 is better.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 5 has got that little pole you can pull out, but this one has a 16-hour battery.
Sure.
You know.
That.
That's an iPhone 13.
I've got one of the first generations of
Of the Osmo?
Yeah.
They last forever. That's not true. I burn out 2 of these a year. Because I do this every day almost.
okay.
So. Have a good one.
Go green.
Go green. There you go. got the go green. What is it? Greens? That's the Spartans, right? Spartans, right? Michigan, right? So it's not the Wolverines. He likes the Spartans. Now Tom Brady played on the Wolverines. I don't know what the big player was from the Spartans, but I know that they're a huge football town out there. Okay, we don't think he. Okay, what? When is The Weeknd performing? He will be blinding you with the light. I think this summer they're playing a stadium. They were supposed to play T-Mobile, I think in like February, and then they canceled. The Weeknd canceled his entire arena tour because he realized he can make more money selling stadium tours, which, I mean, that's fine, but I don't think it's very considerate of the fans. So I want to say August or September, but I could be wrong. Somebody will correct me in the chats. I like my 4 a lot. Still appreciate the suggestions. Thanks, Kyle. I'm using the 4. I bought a 5 for Caroline. She brought it to the Philippines, but the 5 has a stupid, dumb feature. So when I'm finished with this, I can fold my gimbal up with the clamp on it. There's a magnetic clamp that holds my phone in place, but you can't do that with the 5. It's a dumb design flaw. So you have to detach the magnetic clamp. You might be thinking, so what? Well, let me tell you what happens if you don't have that clamp. You don't use your gimbal, and I've had that happen to me once. Anyways, the old guy was actively crapping. Huh? No, the old guy was fun. Larry was awesome. Larry from Michigan, thanks for being on my stream. I love it. Let's just wait until the Sphere opens up. No, they won't do it at the Sphere. It's not enough people. Was this weekend extremely busy? I don't know what the weekend did over the last few days. It was busy this weekend for sure. I mean, it's even now, like, you used to never see people down here. It's nice to see them though. You know what I'm saying? I and many other people saw so much voter fraud. Oh, jeez. Perfect storm. I didn't mean to say that. I'm not getting political. I used to do that. Nobody likes that. I don't scare people away with my political thoughts anymore. It's okay to have that thought, Perfect Storm. You say it. You go, girlfriend or something, but I'm just not going to say it. And sometimes I just read out a random comment, and it's that kind of comment. I'm like, oh, shucks. Why did I say that? I have not seen anything about the Formula One lawsuit, Joe. Now I am intrigued if it will put anything in, like, I wonder if it'll put any, like, in jeopardy out here. I hope not. And by the way, guys, I'm going to tell you something right now, just so you know. I'm not suggesting you do it, but if anybody in the chat is pissing you off, I don't suggest you do it. But you can block those people so you don't see their chats. Just hold down on their avatar, their face, their letter, and then block them. Or if they're on desktop, you can block them too. I'm not telling you to do that, but I'm saying that instead of rage quitting my chat, allow me to let people have freedom of speech within reason. If they're obnoxious about it, they'll get a 5-minute timeout. But you don't have to listen to them, and then it blocks them all throughout YouTube. So if they're on another chat and you don't like what they have to say, then you won't see them. And then you don't have to rage quit my chats. And then, you're like, email me saying, I used to watch you, used to be cool. Well, I'm still cool. So there you go. I'm not suggesting you do it. I'm just saying. Some people don't like that. Oh, and by the way, China is going to take over the stream. You really think? Come on, man. I mean, I love you. S. Lariz, thank you for watching. You might be new here, and I really hope you would subscribe and stick around, but let's be realistic, okay? In the last year, Las Vegas Sands Corporation pulled out of the Vegas market so they could focus on their Asian properties. Right now, MGM Resorts International is aggressively courting a deal in Japan. It's all foreign. Like, the gaming sector globally is growing so much. Genting is a Malaysian company. These are not China. Japan and Malaysia are not China, but there is a lot of it here, and you don't see it because it's a corporation that they formed. That's an American corporation. So please, we want to say what's happening. We don't be racist about it. I don't give a damn if money comes from China right now, but my wife's from the Philippines, for God's sakes. Like, The country has tons of Chinese investment, but it is what it is. Have you seen Carrot Top? Never seen Carrot Top. Scott Thompson, not the guy from The Kids in the Hall, Scott Thompson. He's a huge stoner. Go on his Instagram, he's always smoking pot. So if you're into that lifestyle, you like him for that too. I have a humidifier at home. I do. It's a pain because I got to refill it. It says it's supposed to last 18 hours. Let me tell you, it does not last 18 hours. I'm constantly refilling the thing. Speaking of Asia, how's Resorts World doing? I think it's pretty packed, and they're really aggressively courting shows, which is smart because that was their whole MO for operations. They're like, we don't care as much about gaming revenues as we do shows, which is good. New York Newark is the best looking resort on the Strip. I like it. Yeah, you'll see celebrities in Summerlin especially. It's fun to see them, I guess, you know. Well, we are nearing this really interesting part of the Strip. So I said this on my scooter review video. So we have a Vegas resort built in the 50s. And then we have the MGM Grand built in the 90s. We have more 90s over here. And then we have 90s down here. So we have like eras of the Strip all in one little area where you can just spin in a circle and see it. And then we have the Aria, which up there, which is built in the 2000s. Have I seen Barry? I've not seen Barry. I like Barry Manilow. I didn't know I liked his songs as much. And then we took a road trip, and I told Siri to play Manilow. Tony! Thank you, Tony. You're still in my mind, baby. Truth to God, I just asked yesterday. I'm like, I hope Tony's okay. He's usually chatting in these chats. Thank you so much, Tony. Very generous of you. Wow. I want to be doing, so some people say Pinball Hall of Fame. I have to finalize a time, but I'm going to be doing a meetup at the Pinball Hall of Fame. I feel like a total egomaniac, narcissist jerk saying that, but we're going to do a meetup on July 1st, not October, July 1st and July 4th. I don't know what time yet, but that way if Canadians are here for Canada Day, they can say hi, and if Americans are, if anybody else is here, don't you dare show up if you're not from, I'm just kidding. If you're here from another country during that very busy holiday weekend, you can say hi too. Pat Mendoza, thank you so much, Pat. Your name reminds me of The Simpsons. Mendoza, appreciate it. Tony and Pat, everybody else who sent a PayPal so we get it right away and they don't take a huge chunk of it. You guys are all great. And if you want to have your name in lights and you send a super chat, you're all great. And if you couldn't afford that, then you're all great. Thank you for watching tonight. Hopefully you subscribe to the channel. We are nearing 60. Doing content every single day. Live streaming, I think, every single day. And I'm going to be doing some video editing and things such as this all the time here on the channel. Como se ve la trata de personas? Poderios. So, what? Llama Selenia First Med. What does this sign say? Como se leva? I don't speak enough Spanish. I have to learn some Spanish, man. But Transit Watch, I don't know. If you see these people, whatever you don't feed them after midnight, they turn into gremlins. How do you see the treatment of these people? Oh, they're implying that those people are of not white skin color, so they're treated badly. That's what they're implying. Okay. Is walking past Mandalay Bay dangerous at night? I don't know. Let's ask this officer who's parked here for a reason. I don't know. I wouldn't say so as much. No, probably not. The thing about it is that if you see somebody walking and they're like look inebriated, just stay out of their way. Don't stare people down, you know? Don't do that. I don't think most of the strip is dangerous. Do 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 do. Now you got me singing The Weekend in my head. I say, ooh, I'm blinded by the lights, and I can't sing without my auto-tune. Hey, hey. Sorry to sing. I have a terrible singing voice. I suck at it. But I like it. North End is a little sus. Yes. Agreed, mukbang. Agreed. What is this Ryan said? Scream out, pork chop, greasy, greasy. What? Why would I disrespect the police that way? Do I go in casinos? Sure. I do. Do you think the lacrosse team could compete with the Golden Knights and the Raiders? No, I don't. I think they have a goofy name too. They're called the Desert Dogs. I don't know. I hope they license the David Bowie song Diamond Dogs, because it makes perfect branding sense. But they have a goofy name. I'm not a fan of the name. And they look like the Arizona Coyotes logo, kind of. I like the National Lacrosse League. It's funny, if you've never seen NNL, go watch it. It's high impact. It's a very quick game. Those guys are very strong athletes. They bash each other with sticks. It's awesome. But I just don't know if it can compete. But its ownership group includes Wayne Gretzky and Rick Nash. Rick Nash? Steve Nash. Steve Nash. Yeah, I mean, so it's got some money and some sports mega epic goats behind it. So hopefully it can be okay. I missed the unoriginal chats. Oh, that was it. Yes, actually, Perfect Storm. It's funny you make sarcastic comments. I talked to Dai, he's actually the lead singer, and they were in Tenors of Rock. So I hope you never saw that show. You must have hated it, because they were a headlining show at Harris for years. They were Tenors of Rock, and then he told me his story. I'll save it for the interview we're going to do with him. And I may actually even be able to do a promo video for him, because I want to get some professional video editing credits so I can actually get hired for that stuff. Because I don't think I'm a terrible video editor. I'm like 5 out of 10. So they need a new promo video done. So I'll be talking with them and hanging out with them. It's funny how that is, huh? Turns out the guy's a headlining act and everybody makes fun of him. But I thought it was great. It's a great band. I really appreciate what they do. I can't sing. I can't dance. I can't talk. The only thing about me is the way I walk. Is there a lot of thugs in Vegas? I don't know. Yeah, that's a racially charged term to some people. Thugs come in all shapes, colors, and forms. Yeah. I've seen some white thugs that I wouldn't want to go near. But every city has those. 7 Foot Sissy, I am until I die. I don't think I will. Streaming you think is hard. Well, actually the guys from the band last night, he was like, I read the comments. So he was reading your comments, all those smart ass comments. He was reading them. He just laughed it off. He's a professional entertainer. He's like, oh man, people that don't have talent get mad and make comments with people like us that do. And I'm like, dude, I point a camera at things and I talk. Anybody can do what I do. You, on the other hand, have like theatrical training and you've been around the world performing in a band. Like, okay. So, you know. Yeah, professional gangsters built Las Vegas. Look at that beautiful strip view there. Isn't it nice? It's the last time you had caffeine, Jim. What time is it today? I had caffeine at 4 o'clock today, Jim. How many showgirls have got mad at you on the strip? A lot. But I think the showgirls they've mellowed as there's more people now doing what I do. Back when I started doing streams, there's only like me and 2 others, maybe. Now there's like 40 streamers at any given moment or something. I counted one night 13 live streams. So I think that since there's so many streamers, they don't react in the same way, you know? They don't react the same way. They understand there's cameras everywhere. Salt Bay opened at the Park MGM, so if you want to go eat a $450 steak that has Gold Dust on it, you can go to Salt Bay at the park. It's at the very end. So as we walk across the New York, we're going to the back way. Salt Bay is like an internet meme that parlayed it into wealth. Smart guy. Actually, we were at Marshall's, and you know Marshalls and Ross, you can buy like spices. So Caroline likes pink Himalayan salt when she cooks. And she picks up a salt grinder, a Himalayan pink salt grinder, and she's like, "Look, it's Salt Bay." I'm like, "Jeez Louise." And the funny thing is that his font that he uses on his restaurant is a generic font you can go and download online called Bleeding Cowboys. And I'm like, dude, come on. The English Hotel, for example, they made a font, like they had a font designer design the English Hotel font, and he used a freeware font. Like, smart guy, man, smart guy. That's all I'm saying. What does MGM stand for? Metro Goldwyn Mayer. It's an old film studio. I think one of them was from Montreal, Canada, actually. Yeah, Zach Martinez. I don't take the you-know-what out of the showgirls no more. We used to mock them, but what's the point of that? Have you met any celebs, Roger? That's a good question. I get that one a lot. Thank you for asking. I've met Weird Al Yankovic, Slash from Guns N' Roses, Jerry Springer. I saw Al Pacino, but it wasn't a meet of Al Pacino. That's really it. I've not been too connected. I was always hiding in the shadows. Do you guys know anyone who is a Vegas weekend millionaire? I have a few friends. Champagne, introduce them to me. I could use some connections in this town. What hotel is Martha Stewart's restaurant going into? It's going into the Paris. There's two. Excuse me, two. Martha Stewart's going to be there, and then Lucy Vanderpump is opening up a place. She already has a place over at the Caesar's Palace. The freeware font designer is as talented as more.
Sure. Okay.
Okay, Perfect Storm. You go, girlfriend. Yeah, so that's what's around and around, like John Lennon would say. Yeah, the Jonas Brothers are playing 5 shows June 3rd, 4th, 9th, 10th, and 11th here. And if you handed me a wad of cash and said there's $1,000 here, all you gotta do is name 2 Jonas Brothers songs, I couldn't do it. I've not eaten at any Ramsey's restaurant. We had a friend that wanted us to go, and he said do whatever you want with it, and then we ended up eating at a different place that Caroline really wanted to go to. I'd love to go to one of them, just to say I had the experience. Do you think Snoop Dogg will be out in the menu? Probably, and the reason why, it's a good question, and I don't know if you're joking, but I think probably, and the reason why is that Snoop Dogg performs a lot, or at least in the past he did, over at the Cromwell at Dre's, and the Cromwell's owned by Caesars Entertainment, and Paris is owned by Caesars Entertainment, and Paris is where the Martha Stewart restaurant's going, so I don't see a reason why they wouldn't do some cross-promotion. I went to see Wayne Newton live 2.5 years ago, and he is still amazing. Actually driving past downtown City Hall yesterday, and they had honorary digital display. It said, you know, honoring Wayne Newton, Mr. Las Vegas. I thought that was so cool that they would do that. It's like, you don't gotta do it, but you're doing it. So that's fun, man. That's fun stuff to do that. So for the New York, what or where exactly is their hotel? Too many buildings. So the towers are built into the facade that you see over at New York. So there's a couple of different towers there. Coming out here into a stream. Where's out here, Court Jester? I don't know where out here is, buddy. Hey, S. Lara's just subbed. Thank you so much for the subscription, guys. In the 80s, the Mermaids Casino Hotel is now the MGM. The Marina was here. You're right. The Mermaids is downtown. It's part of the, well, it's gone now, but it would be the part of the Circa bottom level. The Mermaids sat right about where the end of Project Barbecue is. So the Marina was here. You're right. The Marina Hotel. Now, a couple of features of this hotel. First of all, if you go look up your old movie poster for The Wizard of Oz, this here is part of the Wizard of Oz movie poster. This is the skyscrapers in Oz. Secondly, you can't see it from here, but there is actually part of the Marina Hotel that still exists, as a matter of fact. So there's some stairs looking parts, like this big blocky parts that go down like this. That is the marina, and that's built into this building. Other hotels in Vegas that share that, the one that I know for sure is the Wynn, and Steve Wynn was so endeared by the Desert Inn, pardon me. He was so endeared by the Desert Inn that he kept part of the building and he made it the corporate head office for the Wynn for when he was on property. What makes the Venetian the best? The rooms, the food, or the gondola? Probably a combination of all three, huh? Coming in Vegas in August. Yeah, Mike Nita. I started posting up in Facebook where I'm going to be. If I post it on Twitter, I tend to get attacked by bots. So I don't post it on Twitter anymore. So if you're not on Facebook, I have a group called Not Leaving Las Vegas on Facebook. So what I've been doing the last several days is just posting up where I'm going to be and approximately when I'm going to stream. There's some folks from Canada that wanted to meet me, but they're downtown tonight, for example, and they're like, oh, rats, we're downtown. And I said, who says rats anymore? They said, we do, we're gangsters from the 30s. But no, they didn't say that last part. I'm just making that up to fill space. The Emerald City. Kirk Kerkorian built the Marina Hotel into the new MGM. This is a lot of this Oz theme style. I'm losing band style. When the Wizard of Oz, and there used to be a statue. I was waiting for them to show up. So yeah, the West Wing here, there used to be a statue right in the center. Not anymore. Are there any RV parks in Las Vegas or trailer park homes? Yeah, there's several. I would say they're trailer park homes, but they're with mobile homes that are in like neat little rows and organized. There's one right off of Decatur near Tropicana. There's the Oasis RV Resort that's off of Blue Diamond Road in the Strip. It's really loud in here, dude. The Centrifuge Bar. Tupac is not buried in Vegas as far as I know. He was shot at the MGM in the lobby. I started researching a video about this. So he was in a fight after Mike Tyson was fighting, right? And then those guys, East Coast, West Coast, decided to have their own fight. So after the fight, there was a big brawl in the lobby. And Tupac punched a guy really hard to the point, I guess, where he scuffed his hand up. And so then Tupac's gonna get in this car with Suge Knight. And Suge Knight was a producer, you know, and famous for evidently holding Vanilla Ice from his feet and dangling him over a balcony, if you believe that, to get him to agree to give up all the royalties for Ice Ice Baby. But anyway, so Tupac is going to go to this club with Suge Knight, and they get in Suge Knight's car. It's a brand new 1990 whatever Cadillac, and then they go out to Las Vegas Boulevard, where they are stopped by the police because they don't have license plates on the car. So Metro had a horseback, I think it was horseback back then. I know they had them, I think it was horseback, or it could have been bikes. The Metro bike cops stopped Suge Knight and Tupac. Okay, why don't you have license plates on this brand new Cadillac and you're bouncing music and stuff? And they find them. Turns out the license plates are in the trunk, in the back of the car. So they put the license plates on, and then they proceed down East Flamingo. East Flamingo goes between what's currently the Bally's, the Bazaar Marketplace, Grand Bazaar, and the Cromwell. So they proceed down there, and then when they get to the corner of Koval, where the Ellis Island sits, and right now it's the Heavens to Murgatroyd. What is that name of that casino? The Westin. Another car pulls up beside him and just opens fire on Suge Knight and Tupac. They blow the tires out, the car's bullet riddled. They drive down Koval a little bit until they find another Metropolitan Police detail that then rushes Tupac to the hospital, and he's put on like basic life support. And he's so stubborn in the hospital that he wants to get up out of his hospital bed after he's been out of his medically induced coma. And unfortunately, he passed away a few days later at UMC in Las Vegas. And that's the story, and now you know. And some of you don't care, and some of you have racial prejudices. Some of you don't. But, you know, these are people that were playing a high-stakes game of hip-hop music. I know it sounds stupid. Oh, okay, BMW, going to the beach, yeah. So the Beach nightclub, I've been there. It's not around anymore. Beach nightclub was on Paradise Road in Convention Center Drive. And it was like a little after-hours place that was a small little club. Oh, gross. Giant La Cucaracha. Dude, go away. So that's where they were going, huh? Tupac was so talented. Even if you don't like that kind of music. There's a song called California Love. And the story is that Tupac never met Dr. Dre, and he ends up in Dr. Dre's studio. And Dr. Dre's like, so, what's up? You know, you're Tupac. You're apparently so good. And he plays the first part of California Love. And then Tupac, on the fly, did all the lyrics perfectly and didn't write them down. He never even heard it before. And then Dr. Dre played the same beat again a second time, and Tupac did it exactly the same way a second time. And I think I'm okay with words. I'm not great with them. That's genius. That's genius level savant stuff for your brain to work that way. So love or hate hip hop music, but these guys have a lot of talent. This guy just said, "F your channel, you cracker bitch." So I'm gonna keep walking. I don't know who that guy was, but as I was talking, he said, "F your channel." Love you too, bro. Lots of love for you. Hopefully God gets your heart someday. Why do people do that? I don't know. If you give Original Chaos the platform, it could change the world. Perfect Storm, you're about to get kicked out of my channel. Okay? You're about to get, no, you're kicked out of my channel. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Bye. You're saying racially charged bullshit in my channel. I don't curse a lot. Just go away. So this used to be the Grand Canyon Experience. And if you are on YouTube, don't leave my channel, but there's a camera up there that will show you. What hotel did Kirk Kerkorian open in 1969? It was the International, wasn't it? The International Hotel. Look at that. They got Blue Jays representing up there. That's the first time I've kicked anybody in like 8 months. I don't like kicking people out of my channel. Anywho, yeah, so there's a American Eagle webcam. So if you're ever missing the strip, you can go up there and you can check out the AE webcam. I'm probably not on it because what it does is it catches that corner in particular. So you can always see how busy it is. Hey Tracy Cody, how you doing, buddy? Appreciate you being here. I remember I used to work at this when it was a Grand Canyon Experience, man. So different. You know, the funny thing about the International Hotel was that Kirk Kerkorian built it, but at the same time, I think it was Howard Hughes that was trying to build up the not the International, the Landmark. Anyways, Kirk Kerkorian was smart because he knew the convention center existed. So he said he was going to build a 4,000 room hotel or something. It was maybe not 4,000 rooms. That's how many MGM has about. But it was a preposterous number, and everybody's like, "You're crazy, dude. No, that's too big." But he built it, and it did okay, man. It did okay. And he did it, you know, and he was really a trailblazer on that. And then, of course, it got sold to the Hilton, and it was the Hilton International. And that was the way Hilton had named their stuff back in the day. Hilton International, the Paris, the Flamingo Hilton. And I said Paris Hilton because when the Hilton was being built, it was in conjunction, when the Paris was being built, it was in conjunction with the Hilton. So they almost named it the Paris Hilton. That was before she was who she is today. Hey, there's Raising Cane's. Yeah, they're opening a Raising Cane's here soon. I'm gonna log off the camera, guys. Where's the AE camera? It is up here. Up there on the very tippy-toppy corner of it. Right there, on that corner. At least it was. I can't see it. Maybe they moved it. I doubt it. But at least it's for years. Anyways, we got to get out of here before I have to pay for my parking. And Mr. Happy over there decides to come over and tell me again to F my channel and call me racially insensitive crap. You guys are great. I want to thank everybody for watching tonight. I want to encourage you to subscribe to this channel. We'll be doing lots and lots of live streams. And check out the regular feed because we'll have lots and lots of content. I just have tried to break my sleep schedule into not having the wife around. Why did the Grand Canyon Experience close? It was a different era of Vegas. It was essentially a glorified souvenir store. And American Eagle spends a lot more money, I imagine, on licensing. Yeah, and if you're in Vegas and you want to say hello, I'm more than happy to meet with you if it's on a stream type thing. Patreon people, I always make, I go out of my way. I had a nice guy from Ireland named Mickey in Ireland who used to watch, and I didn't get to him, and I feel really bad about that. So Patreon people, I always try so hard to meet you because you support us there. We meet in person off camera and stuff like that. And if you're interested in joining Patreon, it starts at $5 a month, and you can go here and see extra videos and content and early stuff. You guys are great. I'm going to be out tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully you're looking forward to it. If you want to donate after the fact, you can always hit that link there, but if you can't afford to donate, God bless you. I know you're working hard for your families first, and that's what you should do. You're doing the right thing, don't you know? Like, share, subscribe. Peace out, y'all.